I'm 5 days gone from streaming and it's caused a bit of fuss. There's no end of speculation as to what the reason was. Did I take this sudden little absence cause me parents bit the dust? Or is Comcast being a detractor as I've previously discussed? Am I on the run from taxmen or some other agency? Was I whisked away for study to a distant galaxy? Or has Tevin now decided that it's time to murder me? Or perhaps I'm being haunted by the vengeful ghost of T? Did the demons in the corners seize the center of me mind? Did I have a mental breakdown and just leave it all behind? Am I walking on the freeway where I never dared to drive, with a plaintive thumb extended cause I'd really like a ride? I'm not sure why I'm British now, and I'm 6 girls behind, but if I don't hit another one, I'm not sure that I mind. Look, there's the sun. See it shine. So I waddle down the freeway and me cares are nearly gone. No one here knows that I had a wank but left the camera on. Then a lorry pulls up to me and asks where I'm trying to go, and it's only then I realise that I don't rightly know. I could double back to Renton to me mum, I mean me wife. I could bring her consolation so she won't fear for me life, but the opposite direction surely seems to tantalise. I could keep on pressing eastward and just leave it all behind. So I tell the lorry man I'm heading east and far away. He just shrugs and makes room for me and we're off with no delay. Though I'm sure the view is lovely, I can't see a thing because as he's driving I repay him by the road's unwritten laws. He probably should just take it slow. I hear a screech, then I'm out cold. The one thing that's important above everything else is to get away from everyone who knows I touched myself while I was streaming. I must say, I guess that's the positive if I should die today. He won't know. They won't know. I said hello. I've learnt that life can have meaning when you're 5 days gone from streaming.
Hello. Thank you all for showing up to the Saturday morning Atlas stream. I appreciate all of your early morning style time. Big ups. And we're going to, of course, start with the Atlas segment, which is going to be kind of lame. Sorry. And I deceived you last week, I have to admit. But this week, I basically just played Minecraft with the boys. You know how it is. They get you on the 1 month a Minecraft style cycle. And then you go and you build all your farms and you build some cool stuff and then you abandon it. Well, we got some mods, so we'll see how long it lasts. We've been figuring it out. But that's basically what I did with my week when I wasn't reading. And then I deceived you last week when I said that I was going to plant plants with my mother for Mother's Day, because it was actually kind of a shitty day on Sunday. So after the stream today, we're going instead. I actually didn't see Mama Atlas at all on Sunday. She decided to work. A very cool mom, actually. I appreciated it, I guess. I wound up working too. I got called out to a very beautiful fucking wilderness site. It was pretty cool. But yeah, so my mom is a hater. She's not a family-oriented style, and I cried on Mother's Day. You can go ahead and put that in the annals of history, and I'll make sure to bring it up to her today. Now, in regards to the guy, which I know is why you're all actually here, he had a week, as he does every week, as we all do every week. But his as per usual, kind of sucked in a menagerie of ways. It was a real cacophony, a real smorgasbord of DSP sucking ass all week long. So we've got a real variety style. And the one that I wanted to start with, of course, is not gonna be Jeremy. If you thought that we were gonna start with that one, you're dead fucking wrong, because we're gonna do gameplay. And surprise, surprise, boring movie story game that's essentially a choose your own adventure with QuickTime events is not the most interesting thing to watch anybody play, to be honest with you. So
thank you. Now
here's
we have
DSP playing the new Supermassive Games title, Directive 8020. Now, I've never played any of those Dark Pictures anthology games. I'm not a story game enjoyer myself, but you know, those have worked for DSP in the past. It's as little work as you could possibly do playing a game, as though playing games is work to begin with, I know. But that is why DSP enjoys these games.
We're left. And as you guys can see, sadly, this stream is getting very low support. We're at $58, and I've been streaming since 11 a.m. All right? So, right now, top kicks is 100 from Bardakit. 2 subs from Stepdad. No memberships whatsoever.
No memberships,
top super chat
dude.
today
What
was $10, and our top tip was $1.50. Okay? I would appreciate some support for the fact that, number one, I did get this and unbox it, and I'm reviewing it for you this week, but number two, that we're playing a brand new release.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Did you guys know that... I hit the microphone. Did you know that DSP got the Steam controller in the mail? And he did a very cool and robust review, guys. I swear. I didn't watch it. I actually I haven't seen it. I didn't watch any clips of it. I don't know what he could have fucking said other than it has buttons and it plays games. Whoa. I don't think we ever needed a fucking review of the Steam controller.
Of which we've played all the previous games. Okay? I don't understand why it's so slow today, to be honest with you. Attendance is pretty good, right? We have over 200 on YouTube.
How's my big brother Skeletor?
I'm assuming Kick probably has good support. Or
about to be in a new movie, apparently. One that the guy thinks that he could star in and play the titular role of He-Man. I don't know if you guys saw that yesterday. I don't have a clip of it. But DSP genuinely thinks that if he put on a He-Man costume, he'd look better than the actor they hired. Kind of crazy.
But good attendance, I should say, considering we have so many people who are spamming the chat and think that they have some kind of an impact when they don't.
Well, they do.
People doing that, apparently.
80 people spamming the thumbs down Patrick Star. And he's trying to pretend as though they don't have an impact, but you're going to see him get really riled up over it. And he remains riled up over the next few days. But thank you, Jordan Fadeaway, for the 2, saying a steaming pile got a Steam controller. Who knew? Well, he wouldn't stop fucking talking about it. I do feel like everybody knew at this point. God, did he cry about shipping? I've heard children cry less about fucking shipping rates than the guy did.
Support is ridiculously slow. Like, no lie, again, around $50, that's one of the slowest streams I've done all year. I don't understand why. The game is interesting. The graphics are good. The narrative is interesting. It's getting better. You know, as we're about to have a really cool part here. We've got to keep a character alive. So if you enjoyed this, please support it.
Please support it, you guys. I bought the game. You have to support. I spent money on this fucking piece of shit. Do I not deserve infinite money as a reward for purchasing this title? This leisure item? This thing that's supposed to be a luxury? I own this. Exactly.
Through the entire game once. It's going to suck if this is the first Supermassive game I can't play because people are not supporting it for some bizarre reason. This is the kind of game that, remember, people would love to play through. They would want to come by and always see me play a horror, suspenseful, narrative-based game. All right? So what's changed?
The people used to love this. Why are you not paying now? Do you not value what other people in the past valued? What the fuck is that? You're allowed to have a variety of opinions and enjoyments and passions? Fuck you. I need all of your money.
It's not me, okay? That's for sure. I like it. I'm enjoying it.
What up, Crustpunks? Those people were banned. That's probably true. Everyone's got their breaking point, and those dents probably hit theirs ages ago. Eons ago, if you will.
I don't know what to say. No one in chat's even talking. So what's going on right now? We have almost 250 viewers on YouTube, right? Why is no one talking?
This is By the way, in case you've never seen DSP gameplay in the middle of the stream, it's always this fucking dead. It's a rarity when the chat is moving faster than it currently is for him. We're really just drawing attention to the norm that is the DSP Space Gaming channel.
You want me to just turn the stream off? This is the same idiot with 3 bot accounts. I'm just going to get rid of them.
Well, of course it is. DSP only has like 10 haters, but 10,000 detractor channels or something like that.
Oh, I understand that there's people who lurk while they work. I get it. There's quite a few people who do that.
And please keep in mind, this is in the middle of the fucking gameplay. We stopped to do this. People aren't spending money. They're not enjoying the gameplay. They don't like whatever entertainment value DSP is sitting here trying to provide. And this is what he stops to do instead. As though this is going to get the people on board. They're going to get all riled up and be like, oh, fuck, I have to give DSP money. He's sitting here in fucking silence and staring angry into the screens. Yeah, that's well worth your time and money, guys.
Trump got playing in the background or whatever. They're watching.
What a value.
That's fine.
That's not paused, I swear. He's actually just sitting here.
What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do as the streamer, guys? Should I ban these people? Should I play the game? You
Is
tell
there any
me.
way to stop the Patrick reactions? I mean, yeah, I could just ban them because it's only like 10 or 15 people doing it, and I could just wipe them from the fucking chat. It would take like 10 seconds. It's not a big deal. But I get it. There's some people who actually want to watch the game, and these people are ruining it for them. You know?
The people in chat are ruining them watching the game. How fucking stupid is this? And please keep in mind, always keep in mind with DSP everything, because there's a million facets. It's always the minutia, I suppose. But please keep in mind, he has pitched Kick Chat as this fun, chill style place where you can spam and be irreverent and flagrant. Like, these are all of the buzzwords he's used to try and pitch the Kick Chat as a fun, cool place to be, to garner more viewership for the KCIP and on another streaming platform. But then when you actually go to do those things, when you go to irritate him and piss him off like people typically do on Kick, all of a sudden, you're fucking up the viewership experience, guys. They can't watch the game because the chat is being spammed, I guess. Yeah, that's the trolls chat, exactly. Still not paused, by the way. This is sped up as well, so this is an 18-year content creator.
But what should I
He's
do?
The best.
If people are enjoying, I'll continue. But if people are just sitting here and they're not liking it, then why am I doing it? I love the game. I love these games. I want to see what's going to happen. I'm build up. The suspense is good. It's like watching a good suspenseful horror movie.
Then play them.
But I don't know what to tell you. I'm supposed to be streaming something that people want to see and are willing to engage and support with. I'm not seeing that at all. On the Kick side, I have an entire chat of babies who are doing the thumbs down emote.
They're babies.
And on the YouTube side,
they're using the streaming platform as it was designed. Holy fuck, God forbid, you guys. Y'all need to stop typing in chat right now. You're spamming, okay? I don't want to see more than one chat per hour from you fucking bozos.
Everyone's dead. No one's
talking.
talking.
More like the YouTube chat,
So the entire,
okay?
basically, we have 2 different stream chats, both of which are disengaged from the content. So why am I streaming it?
Great question.
Which sucks, because I was 100% planning on playing this game and doing a run, and I'm not going to continue to play the game where people are disengaged and won't support it. What's the point?
He's just thrashing about, asking for money. That's all he's asking for. He doesn't give a shit if they're engaged in the game. As long as the money's rolling in, that's enough engagement for him. It's the combination of both. The normal regulars, the non-payers, the non-whales, they're only getting the brunt of it because the former is lacking, that being support, of course. More dead air. more pondering on whether or not we should ban the people that we claim are ruining the viewer experience. I mean, it seems like a pretty simple decision to make. If you think they're actually fucking everything up, maybe you just ban them. But no.
I know whenever you have a narrative-based game, you're going to have an idiot spamming spoilers. There's nothing you can do about that. And obviously, I take care of it when I see it, right? There's nothing you can do. You see the paragraph, you know the idiot's telling spoilers, just don't pay attention to it, and then I ban it when I see it. Not much can be done about it. It's just an inevitability when you are a streamer that idiots will spoil narrative-based games. They get their jollies off doing it for some bizarre reason. Don't ask me why.
Yeah, Fear Monarch, I'm trying to fill that dead air. He just leaves so much. You got to let it breathe.
I do want to say thank you to those who have supported. You had Suku and Bardikit with the kicks. You had Stepdad earlier with 2 subs. We had a few people with super chats and a few people, it's small contributions. And they do add up, and I thank you for that.
It's just small contributions. Literally, it's a negative. Oh, this is all we had. They're all small contributions. And then just cap it off with it adds up, though. I really appreciate it, guys. What a fucking backhanded compliment. Yeah, to the thanks, pores. I really appreciate your fucking pittance. It's not enough, but I guess it'll add up eventually.
But there's not much I can do about, I can't stop the spoilers. It's just going to happen. All right? I can't stop the idiots and kick unless I ban 15 people right now.
I don't even see spoilers in the chat either. It's just people spamming the Patrick thumbs down emote. This nonsense about spoilers in the chat is just, it's a distraction. I thank you, Samurai Sansa, for the 15 months as a member. Big ups. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, here's the problem, Kino Enjoyers, is this would fit better at nighttime. I'm busy at night right now. We're doing this react that everyone wants to the Quartering documentary, right? And
everyone wants it.
I'm trying.
You remember when he was pitching it last last week or the week prior? He was pitching it and literally nobody fucking wanted it, and he was throwing a baby bitch fit about the whole thing. I fucking remember. I sat there and talked about it for an extended period of time, as I usually do. But everybody wants it, guys. Thank you, Chiba, for the 2, saying big ups for the meaningful stream, brother. Well, thank you for the 2. I really appreciate it. And the kind words. Big ups.
Trying to finish Mouse PI for hire. We don't have time to exclusively play a game like this at night. Plus, like people are saying, the game is anywhere from 8 to like 12 hours long.
Someone was spamming endings in the
How long am I going
YouTube
to be playing
chat?
this? 3 months? You know what I mean? Like, this is a narrative-based game. It's perfect to do 2 or 3 main
I'll
streams
take
and
it
try
back.
to get through it. If I do it night streams, it'll never finish. And then people will definitely not care. Plus, it doesn't seem to make sense what you're saying because the lighting doesn't affect anything. Look at the lighting right now. You know what I mean?
The lighting doesn't affect anything, says the guy who will constantly brag about all of his lighting and how much of an improvement it makes on the stream.
But honestly, I don't even know what else to do.
That narrative
the
fell
game
apart.
is good so far. Great narrative build, right? Graphics are good. Gameplay is sound. I'm a little disappointed we missed out on a thing. Now we know that can happen. And I'm enjoying myself. I can't make people stop with the nonsense of
if
spamming
he could,
here.
he would.
Unless I ban a bunch of people, then people will complain I banned too many people, right? I can't make people support and engage.
And that's why he won't do it, by the way. He gives so little a shit about the actual, viewability of his stream, the actual enjoyment factor. He gives a shit more about what people say about him and himself, his own ego, that he's not banning people he thinks are ruining the stream because then people will complain. Jesus Christ, dude. Thank you, Infamous KS, for the 2. I hope this adds up. Support the goddamn stream. I can't agree. Infamous KS. It will all add up. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Content. The chats are dead. What else am I supposed to do? All right? I don't know. I'm just going to continue on. We'll finish the stream, and I guess we'll go from here. We'll have to talk about it, but it sucks. I like the game, and I want to keep playing it. And it does piss me off when it's a good game that people won't engage with.
Of course it does.
It does piss me off.
Pisses me off. I'm so angry.
Yes, Mark, this came out today.
Thank you, NWO News, for the 2. Saying, see, detractors make positive change. DSP sucks. I agree. In fact, detractors do make positive change. I mean, think of all of the shit that DSP has changed over the course of his career, and you know all of that it was only ever changed because of the constant negative pushback he was always receiving. If you think about it, we are kind of the ultimate arbiter of changing DSP, but I mean, that might be a little grandiose. That might be delusions of grandeur.
All right, are we ready? Let's continue. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the premiere of Directive 8020 here on DSP Gaming. All right. So, here's the thing. I timed people out for doing the thumbs down emote and said stop doing it, and now people came back and are doing it again. So, do I just ban you all? Like, what would you suggest I do? I told you not to do it.
Wait, hang on.
And now you're doing it. Wow.
How far apart is this?
And so, do I just ban you all?
13 minutes later. You got 13 minutes of gameplay, and then he's doing this segment again, yelling at the chat. I understand why this game wasn't doing so hot. I understand why people weren't tuning into it. When you're getting fucking 13, it's like watching TV on broadcast television where the fucking show's interrupted every minute and a half by a goddamn ad. It's unwatchable.
Like, what would you suggest I do? I told you not to do it, and now you're doing it again.
I told you not to do it, like a scolding parent.
People are like asking for bans on Kick now, I guess. Like, I was lenient. You guys always complain, oh, you're not lenient enough because you always outright ban. So I literally timed all of you out to be lenient. And now you're back doing the thumb.
I suspended you all from school to be lenient. Now you want expulsion? What the fuck?
Down. So you're asking for me to ban you. Is that what it is? Because I need to play the game. Okay, I need to play the game, and I can't be distracted any further. So do you stop now, or do I ban you all? Because those are the two options.
Get
Either you
DSP.
stop using the emote and spamming the chat, or I ban
we'll
every
never
one of you in a
recover
row.
from this one.
And then I play the game. Either way, I'm playing the game. It's either with or without you in the chat. So which would you choose? Which would you prefer?
But that's just gonna make his numbers worse. Like it's not actually going to make a difference. That's why this entire segment is so fucking stupid, because nobody in the CAC chat, nobody in the Kick chat is going to just start being engaged in the stream despite it being boring as sin because people aren't spamming the chat. That's stupid. We're just making the analytics look worse for no reason, really.
Trying to be fair. Are we good now? Because everyone stopped. Are we good now? Seems like people get the picture now. Okay.
The Dark Picture anthology.
Cool. Are we in agreement? Oh, no, we have one. Okay, goodbye. That guy's gone. And we have two. Okay,
and this
goodbye.
is just such a cringe display of faux power.
Didn't want to. I literally gave them every opportunity to stop.
You're banning people on the internet, bro. It's not that serious. This whole fucking display is so cringe.
Now they're gone. And this guy said the N-word, so obviously I got to ban him. I mean, what an idiot.
What an idiot. Okay. He said the N-word.
Are we good now? Did you guys get it out of your system?
That's pretty funny, actually.
Okay.
What an off the cuff. What an off the wall thing to say.
And now we can continue. Okay? All right. All right. Well, my initial impressions are it's creepy. It's suspenseful. I like the story. Okay? Graphics, they're good.
Oh, graphics. Right. Gotta mention the graphics. We can't ever talk about a game. I just want one gaming talk without mentioning graphics. And he always does it the same fucking way. He always specifically says graphics. He never says the visuals are appealing. He never talks about the aesthetic styling that really adds some oomph to the game's charm and charisma. It's always just, graphics are good. Graphics.
Thing is, we're kind of early in. It's hard to judge a game when you're only 3 hours.
I don't know why you kind of sound like a bird.
It's going to be a 8 to 10 hour narrative experience. Will the narrative be good or not? So far, I like it, but I mean, we're still just being introduced to characters, so it's very hard to make that judgment. Like if we were playing Until Dawn right now, we would have already been.
Yeah, no love for the environments. Yeah, I wanted to see DSP critiquing the environmental clutter and the physics of the fucking the smoke or the pages rustling in the wind, the leaves using fucking tesseracts or whatever the hell garbage words they use. I want to see DSP saying anything about that. He wants to be such a graphics whore.
Something like almost halfway into the game, and we would have seen all the characters and their traits and their interactions and things like that. And here we're still just getting to meet the characters. It's obvious this is going to be a longer game than the ones that this company have put out previously. Supermassive. So overall, I like it. It's my kind of game when it comes to a narrative-based game. I want one that has suspense and scares and stuff like that. But the audience, I'll be honest, is...
Thank you, Wheelard Dude, for the 2, saying maybe wearing a pink tank top will save the stream. That's a great idea. Hang on, let me write that down. I think next time I'm going to wear a pink tank top. That's such a good idea. Okay, I got it written.
Man.
Thank you, Wheeler Dude, for the 2.
the expected response from the audience. Like, it just doesn't seem like many people are liking it, which is unfortunate. I like it.
I love it.
I would love to keep playing it.
I'd love to keep playing it, but I don't know.
Engagement was very.
I don't know that I've ever said that about a game. As a true and authentic gamer with a hard R, I don't know that I've ever said I would love to keep playing this game, but I don't know if I will. That seems like such a weird way to react to a good game. Thank you. Now, Ronan for the 5, saying banning people in chat is the only monocle of power Phil has. We know IRL he is a meek valley girl, talking scrawny, crying baby who won't do anything. This is all true. These are all true, factual, objective statements. Thank you now, Ronan. This is true. This is all true. It's always just a power flex on the chat, but it's still cringe. It's still sad and pathetic.
Very, very low, with most people basically complaining, and support was non-existent pretty much. To be honest, I mean, we had most of the support before I started playing the game. Like, look, if I take a look here, it all came in during the morning show. Like, literally, when I booted the game up, there was a super chat. Since I started playing the game, I made like $15.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Not uncommon for DSP. I'm not going to say it's the regular. I'm not going to say it's the norm because, you know, Pokemon's around and we had all those other, you know, Truck Sim did. But anyway, but normal $15 after during the gameplay. That's
I don't know.
Heard that
I've played
one
games like
before.
this in the past, and people have been along for the ride and liked them. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm intrigued. I want to play it more, but I guess I'm going to have to ask the audience what's going on and see what happens. Do we play more of this or not?
Gotta
I'd like
ask
feedback.
the audience
Obviously, for
what's
those watching
going on.
Demand, did you like
He doesn't
it?
know.
Because the
Can't
stream,
figure it
man,
out.
let me tell you, the stream today was completely disengaged, and that's not good. You know, we've had great experiences. Like I said, when I played Until Dawn back in the day, my God, everyone absolutely loved it.
Always living in the past. He just constantly comparing everything that he does now to what happened in the past because that's the only frame of, that's the only frame of reference he has because he doesn't actually know where he exists in current reality. He doesn't know where to appropriately set his expectations because of the decades-long history where everything was always different, including himself. Kind of crazy to try and base your entire future off of an entirely different past.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what happens moving forward. Thanks to those who were here live and did either support or engage with the content. And for those watching on demand, again, I'd love feedback. Did you like it?
I'd love feedback.
You want more? Let me know. Okay, guys, thank you for watching this premiere of Directive 8020. Yeah. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. Like legit, again, it's another situation where I don't know how to read the room because we've played these games before and people have absolutely
18-year content creator and he can't read the fucking room. Could you imagine being like an 18-year-old, like not 18-year-old stand-up comic, but 18 years on the road stand-up comic and you still can't read the fucking room? Your comedic timing is still dog shit. You don't know if it's landing. Like, how can you be a professional, the guy who's reliable and different than everybody else and successful, but you can't fucking read the audience that you've supposedly had for the past 18 years? Insane.
loved them.
Just completely unaware
for some reason,
of everything he's doing.
People don't. I think audiences change over time, and sadly, today, my audience doesn't really like this kind of game, even though previously you guys did. Right? I think you did. I think people
Completely
loved it
different
back in the day,
people.
and now times have changed.
Everybody but Oishi.
And that sucks. Because I still like this kind of game, and I want to play it. But to be honest with you, I mean, taking a look, we have the entire Kick chat just thumbed down the entire stream, and half the people got banned because they wouldn't stop. Even though I gave them an ample chance to stop.
I gave them an ample chance to stop, guys. Whoa.
YouTube side, most people were quiet the entirety of the stream. We had tons of trolling coming in, right? So there wasn't tons of engagement. And as for support, I mean, take a look. $63. That's the worst stream I've done this year. I'm not even kidding. I think every Dragon Quest stream
Debbie Fiend,
pretty
ample
much did
champs.
better
That's
than
what he
that.
said.
There might have
I
been
don't
maybe
know what to tell you.
one stream of Dragon Quest that actually did worse. But
Yeah. New game doing as bad as fucking Dragon Quest, dude. I can't wait for Directive 8020 to go on for the next 3 months. Are you guys excited to hear this every single time he plays 8020? Now, it won't last that long. It's a shorter narrative story game that's only like 8 hours long anyway. But we let fucking Dragon Quest go on for that long. What's the difference?
yeah, I'm shocked. On a day when the Steam controller arrived and I unboxed it and was testing it on a day when I'm playing a brand new release to have a slow stream. That's an awful, awful sign. So what happened? No, I really want feedback. What happened?
Demanding feedback live right now. Could you imagine being, in a band, like you play like a rock show or something, you're on stage and they start booing, and so you just stop the show dead and start demanding crowd feedback live and in the flesh in the middle of the show? I guess it's not in the middle of the show. This is the end. Imagine you finish the set and then you start taking feedback live. That would be more apt comparison.
What do I even do? Do we play this again?
You guys asked for Freebird. What the heck?
Kino enjoyers, I think it's because the game has a slow start. I don't think so.
You guys used to love when I played Pearl Jam songs. Now you don't like it? What the fuck? Dude, I've been playing Even Flow my entire career.
I think the game was good from the start.
Yeah, Rakai showing up at that festival.
The game doesn't resonate well
He should
with
have
the
started
audience.
taking
Same as
feedback.
GTA. Well, I don't know what to say.
Should have started asking what was up.
Games are so random these days. You never know what's going to resonate. And some games I'm playing have been doing really, really well. The game is boring and not engaging. It's not your cup of tea, says King Michael. I don't know. What I find funny is that people were like, early on today, were like, oh, this game will not resonate with your audience due to the thumbnail. And I was like, why? Because one of the protagonists is a black woman? Like, first of all, the cast is the big cast. All these Supermassive
She's black, as DSP would say.
games have big casts. It's not one character. It's never been. It's always swapping between tons of different characters. You know what I mean? So even though the thumbnail has her on the key art or whatever, that's not the main character of the game. There's going to be a ton of characters in the game. And I guarantee you, she probably could die too. If you make the wrong choice.
Okay. Yeah, it is weird that was his instinctive assumption. I don't know what
Mildcat says, I
don't
like Until Dawn. This is not nearly as good. How do you know?
On this one, to be
We're still
honest
in the
with you.
beginning parts. It's like this would be like you started watching Alien the movie and you quit within the first half hour. Oh, I can't. What do you mean? It's building the suspense. The alien is maybe just starting to kill people. People are just waking up. How do you say?
DSP on his sunk cost fallacy ass mindset, dude. I already spent 30 minutes watching a film I haven't enjoyed yet. Why wouldn't I finish it out? You wind up wasting a bunch of fucking time like that, by the way, by not just disengaging from shit that you don't enjoy. I'm not saying you should do that to Alien or any other of these other critically acclaimed style films, but yeah, you can actually bail on a bunch of shit in life if you know you're not rocking with it. It can't be like that.
I'm going to be honest. I just think people don't have attention spans anymore, and it pisses me off. Any game that I play that takes any level of patience, no one can stand anymore. Everyone just, I
already spent $40K on mobile games, guys. I might as well just go all the way and spend all my money.
Crazy amounts of, stuff right away. It's like, well, this is a narrative-based game. The point is to build the story and then make it boom, big shocking things happening, right?
Yeah, maybe
That's
they don't
the
like
whole
that
idea.
style of storytelling.
So I'm lost and confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, this game, in my opinion, so far...
This is the same guy that'll tell you all of the time that games are suffering from pacing issues, that the game isn't hooking him or engaging him in the audience enough, that the game is actually suffering a huge detriment from that. But when that's the exact, basically same critique they're making here, the game isn't engaging, it's not hooking them, the narrative isn't enough, early enough for them. All of a sudden, DSP doesn't understand the criticism. Like, we're playing fucking stupid here.
Just as good as any Supermassive
That's
game
all
that
this
I've played so far.
criticism
I can't
is.
tell
It's a
you,
pacing problem.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, if it'll be better, worse, or in between when it comes to what I think about this versus other Supermassive games, but it's not dramatically worse than any other Supermassive game, and those have worked before. So it's not the game. I'm being honest with you. It's not the game. Mozzie, thank you for $2 for that. He says, what happened to Until Dawn? You're not playing it. What are you talking about, Mozzie? What are you... Until Dawn?
Shout out Until Dawn.
What are you talking about?
No, he's talking about how you fucking brought it up earlier out of the blue. That's kind of I believe that's the comment, is like, what are you talking about Until Dawn for?
I do like it, but I'm not going to continue to waste streams if no one wants it. That's my point. I'm not going to waste streams when we could do streams doing anything else that people want. I'm an interactive streamer. I'm here to entertain an audience. If today, the Kick Chat completely complaining the entire time and misbehaving, the YouTube chat was nearly dead.
Actual children speak. They're misbehaving. Good fucking God, dude.
Most of the stream and the support is insanely low.
You guys have been
so
misbehaving and acting bad.
That people don't like the game. I don't know why, because it's so similar to other Supermassive games at this point. I just don't get it at all. It's not like, oh, they really fumbled the bag here on this one because
am I wearing
the
a Christmas cap?
Terrible,
no, this is my Colovian fur.
Off. In fact, I'd argue that these things have improved
today.
just like everything else in the industry. This one looks better. You want to know what game was awful? The Quarry. That game, within the first stream, you knew this game is a fucking stinker piece of shit, right? You knew that.
Wait, so why can DSP think that the Quarry is a stinker piece of shit in the first stream, but other people can't think that of Directive 8020? It's just a difference in preferences, you fucking mongoloid. What are we doing? Are we this fucking stupid, genuinely? We can say these things back to back and not just be like, oh, hang on, wait, there might be similarities here. Maybe I should shut my fat fucking gout-ridden mouth? Like, what are we...
That one was bad. This one, no, not at all. I'm not getting that impression.
Thank you, Movie Sign, for the 220, saying serious substitute teacher vibes from Dave. Ain't that the fucking truth?
So, we did get some trophies. Wake Up the Crew, episode 1. Personality Manifest, unlock a character's destiny. Those are kind of mandatory. This one, not today, boss. Cyrano escaped Williams without being caught. We did nearly got caught.
Unfortunately,
but we did
probably
do it, and
true.
that's only 19% of players got that one. So we actually got a rare.
Ooh, a rare. We got a
rare
fucking
achievement there.
We got a shiny Steam achievement, guys.
Which is interesting.
I bet this fucking bozo doesn't even have Steam achievement showcases on his profile. Why does this shit fucking matter? Who's looking at it? What is the point of having achievements if you don't even have friends to show them to that would even fucking care to look? I've never understood this mentality. If you don't have friends, stop worrying about achievements, you fucking idiot.
Okay, well, guys, what can I say? I'm going to upload the footage. Now I got to debate, do we play this again? Because I was going to play it, well, let's see. Tomorrow we're doing Pokemon again, right? And then this was going to be...
It's called stalling.
Thursday. But now I don't even know if we want to. Do we want to do this? Do we want to do Sorrows? What do we even want to do this week? Now I have no clue. I legit have no idea. And I'm not even getting feedback.
Yo, so imagine after a stream trying to, like, explain to your wife what you did. I guess she hears everything all of the time, according to DSP, because his house is made of paper. But imagine, you know, telling her about your day and actually pulling up your Steam achievement fucking list for the day.
So
that's about all he's got to talk about, other than trolls, I guess.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go on break. I'm going to upload. I'm back tonight. And remember, tonight I am not on this channel. Tonight I'm over on the React channel as we continue on with my reacting to the Quartering documentary. Okay? I don't know if that's a legit sub or an anonymous sub that just went through. It's not showing up in chat, which is weird.
Does it matter? Do we give a shit?
I don't see it in chat.
Just log off, bro. You're done for the day. Clock out.
What was I doing? Now I'm confused with what I was even doing when I had my phone open. I wanted to turn on the music.
Grandpa moment. He forgot what he was doing.
Okay.
Yo, this looks fucking terrible. I know we just built this setup not that long ago and, you know, smashed it all together the way that we did. This is still mad and fucking convenient for a normal stream on a regular basis. The moving of the screens, the reaching over and putting his really greasy fucking forehead like right into the camera. Jesus Christ, look at the shine on that bad boy. It's still hilariously inconvenient. And I heard him this week talking about maybe one day we can buy and build another new desk so that we can move our equipment over to the other side of the room against the wall. I don't know why we would need a new desk for that. I'm not quite sure how that fucking plays out, but I did hear that. I really hope you guys are excited for the day we have to build another desk.
So thank you. If this is the person who subbed, Crestfallen, thank you for subbing on Kick. I don't know if you did or not because it didn't show in the chat, which is weird. It didn't show at all. Like, so I don't know if that was an anonymous gift to you.
Yeah, you're right, NWO. He should put the new desk in his new living room. His new den, he's calling it, despite having all of the amenities of a normal living room.
Or if you actually legit subbed. If you legit subbed, thank you to Crestfallen for the sub. I appreciate that. If not, then whoever gifted the sub, I still appreciate that. Thank you. Okay? All right.
I love the disbelief of the new desk. Are you guys for real?
Guys,
of course
well,
he wants to buy more
remember
bullshit.
Tonight, I'm over on the DSP Reacts channel for part 3 of the reacting to the Quartering documentary. I hope that you guys will join me for that tonight on the late stream. Tomorrow, we will have a formal level 1 podcast. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about the Steam controller, and we'll talk about more. And then tomorrow, it's going to be a Pokemon and Mouse PI for Hire. I think we're going to finish Mouse PI for Hire tomorrow night. Okay?
How exciting.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you. For those who were here and were positive and supported, I appreciate you. I'll see you all tonight for the reacting, okay?
All right. We are not going to go into the react yet. We'll get there. I'm stalling. I'm buying myself time to cope, okay? Because before we do any of that, we have to do a clip audit and talk about the algorithm. Yes, it's that time of the week again. We are talking about how well our clips are doing, how we're very successful paying for an editor to make videos. And by very successful, I mean we haven't made any money, but we have to do the clip audit nonetheless.
Someone tipped $1.50, says, don't give up. Consistency
Bro,
is how
side
you'll
Phil
get
with the
into
great point. Yes, another living room, because why have a gym there? Yeah, he was just talking the other day about how he doesn't have any room for a proper bench setup in his entire house, and that's why he needs a $4,000 weight machine or something that's got a robot in it. Meanwhile, they've just converted another room into a second living room because they weren't living enough in the first one, I guess.
Someone tipped $1.50, says, don't give up. Consistency is how you'll get into the algorithm. Each video seems to be trending up. Don't give up. Your edited content will eventually hit the algorithm. I mean, I hope so, but I don't know what else I could possibly do.
Gunblade asking for a favorite race in the Elder Scrolls. I usually play as a high elf. Nothing like walking into a new land and just being racist. Am I right, folks?
I mean, we've got the titling that's supposed to be the titling that
real high elf
can be seen in the
supremacists.
algorithm. We've got thumbnails. We've got the right length, right? The editing is well done. Like everything in the video is exactly the kind of thing that you would see get 10 to 20 times more views than what the videos are getting, but they don't get it. It's like, well, why? Because it's on DSP Gaming? Well, that's not right. If it's the same kind of video, then isn't it supposedly according to how YouTube and how they operate, then shouldn't the video hit the algorithm and people will at least give it a chance, right? So it's funny because they claim that the algorithm is, it's equal to everyone, but it's not.
We're still, like, I'm torn on DSP trying to play the algorithm because on one hand, it's best that he try and, be a successful streamer and actually give a shit and put effort into, doing something worth a fuck. The problem with that is that it's so short-sighted and shallow and conceited, I want to say, the way that he tries to play the algorithm specifically to get more eyes, if that makes any sort of sense. Like, it's not because, it doesn't seem like it's because he believes in the content he's making, in the entertainment that he's pushing. He just wants more eyes to make more money and be successful. That's why I'm torn and hate these conversations.
It totally isn't, and everyone knows that. But I think for me, it's about not losing patience, if that makes sense. I need to not lose patience. I need to stick with what I'm doing right now. And hopefully over time, yes, the channel will eventually have one of these videos hit the algorithm in a big way. Like if one of these edits,
and he talks as though this is guaranteed. Like him fighting the algorithm is like he's got it nailed down. He's figured out the specifics and the details. He's got the inside scoop. If I just keep pushing shit onto the internet, one of them will hit it big. He says after 18 years and posting nonstop for the entire fucking duration and not having one hit it big in years. Like, I don't understand where this mindset has all of a sudden come from, where we're going to hit the algorithm. We're going to be Mr. Beast somehow.
Edited videos were to get 50,000 views. Okay. that would then lead
Yeah, maybe
more
year
people to the
22,
channel
his
to watch
channel's going to
similar
pop
content.
off.
And all they need to do is check
I
out
have
the
to have
highlights
hope and
playlist,
faith.
which is the first thing on my channel page.
This is
And
God's
they'll
plan.
see similar videos, you see? And once they now know, okay, that's the kind of content, right? They're going to start coming back, and then it will hit that algorithm again and again and again. But you need to get that one video that somehow hits it right to get people to start watching the other content and come back. And we really haven't had that.
We just need one video to somehow do everything perfect, and then we're going to be golden, boys. We're going to be so set, I'm never going to have to ask for support again. It just has to have the je ne sais quoi, and we're going to get it through pure quantity and not actual, quality.
What we're seeing is very limited success. Taking a look at the videos again. Here, let's take a look at them.
Let's take a look. Let's just view on it in the middle of the stream. This is the most entertaining thing we can come up with. This is fine. This is what you asked for.
When Crimson Desert first came out, I did my initial review. And
still fucking horrified by this thumbnail, by the way. This mouse PI one here on the left, nightmare. I don't ever want to see that in my fucking feed again.
And that actually blew up with views and got 11,000 views.
Horrifying creature.
All right, so that one kind of hit the algorithm, kind of. Didn't really fully hit the algorithm, or it would have done way better, but it definitely outperformed most videos that I do. And the funny part about it was, the thumbnail was me. So everyone knew, oh my God, is DSP talking about this? But people watched it regardless of the fact that it was me. So they actually gave the video a chance, which is nice to know. I wouldn't count these three as...
His Crimson Desert video's thumbnail is also the fucking worst one of the lot, if you ask me. That 44th birthday one is mid-play, I believe. But, yeah, definitely the worst of the lot. And I think that says something about how much people actually value quality on the DSP Space Gaming channel. Thank you, Valraven, for the 5, saying it's clear to anyone with more than 7 brain cells, seeing his edited stuff, that it's passionless and devoid of any personality, pure slop. I would fucking think so, but I'm a big hater. My vision is skewed. It's all blurry from inside the Snortex.
Part of it, because these are just
it all
stream
looks like
archives
hatred
of,
vitriol, I guess.
The April Fool's stuff and my
Think of the
birthday,
5,
so I don't really
Valraven.
count those. Where we really got to start looking is the very first edited video, which was when I crashed out and quit Street Fighter 6. So that's a 21-minute edited video. And that one did about 4,000 views. Not great, but not terrible either. Much better than normally what my videos would pull in. I mean, even just the regular Street Fighter 6 stuff would be like less than 1,000 views a video, and this one is 4,000, so that obviously means something, right?
It obviously means something. Yeah, it means people like when you rage and they don't actually want to see all of the other shit. How does that make DSP feel about his content? He's argued for ages that his true and honest fans really want to see the full gameplay. They're not just there for the rage, for the salt. That's what the haters are there for. But yet we make these videos and can very clearly see by the viewership numbers that is in fact the case. There is a larger audience out there for the salt.
An edited video for the premieres of Mouse PI for Hire as well as Pragmata. To varying success, Mouse PI only got 2.4 thousand views, and Pragmata got 3,000 views, okay? And that did help a little bit, I feel. Then, the video about the quartering versus Kino Casino, probably the first real success of the edited videos, getting over 8,000 views. Initially, it got around 5,000, and that was within a day or two. I think day one, it did 3,000.
Didn't DSP admit that people only watched 5 minutes at most of his Crimson Desert review? Yeah, that was like the average. Most people didn't make it to the halfway point of the video. And that's what he was bragging on. He was like, oh, fucking 50%, 5 minutes out of 11. I guess it's like 40%. But anyway, 40% of people, they got through the video. Very cool.
Day two, it did 5,000. And then it just dramatically slowed down. And now it's been 3 weeks. It's done 8,000. Okay. People really like that video, stating that they absolutely like the fact that I covered it from a neutral perspective and kind of gave a more metered and fair approach. It wasn't over dramatic attacking or anything. It was kind of like an outsider's perspective.
Yeah,
and
it
then,
was
of course,
sitting and boring and uninformed.
Was my review of Crimson Desert after quitting it after playing 20 hours, saying that the game is boring slop because it is, and calling it the same as going to Old Country Buffet. So that one hit the algorithm, but not really. And what I mean by that is, I think it...
No, what do I mean by that? What do I mean it did well but didn't hit the algorithm? Like, do we really need a fucking explanation? And I have no fucking clue why he thinks that his analogy to Old Country Buffet is the fucking bee's knees. It's the hottest shit since sliced bread, since we're, talking about old people stuff, I guess. Shout out Old Country Buffet. He's really proud of that. Like, it's the best analogy that's ever been made. Meanwhile, we've been making sandwich analogies for fucking years.
Gave that video out
same thing.
to
it's
people who watch
new.
my content already and people who watch related style content. It didn't actually throw it out to the mainstream and just people who'd never heard of DSP before. You know what I mean? Like, it's basically, if you've watched DSP content of some extent, whether it's mine or my detractors, you all of a sudden this video pops into your feed. Boring slop. What's this? And then you would click on it to see what it is. Oh, wow, Phil reviewed,
boring
Crimson
slop,
Desert.
what's this? And then you click on the video and it's DSP giving you boring slop. And then you go, wow, what an apt thumbnail. Very cool. And then you click back into your recommended and go watch something else.
So it did good. And this is the only video that's made me money. And you want to know how much it made me? $5.
Why? Why would he fucking say this? Actually, why? He has spent hours watching fucking the Quarter Pounder June the King documentary and countless times. Why would he say this? Why is he giving this information up? You should never reveal this personal information. And then he wants to tell you that he's making a fucking pittance on these edited videos for some reason. So that he can, get clowned on later? So that everyone can acknowledge that he's been wasting money on a struggling business idea? Who fucking benefits from this other than detractors and trolls? Like I said, hindsight's fucking, I guess, always 80-20. He's going to realize in the future that maybe he shouldn't have been so transparent about this as it gets weaponized against him for all of time.
Like, seriously, it's like maybe like $5. Woohoo, right? And then we have, of course, the anniversary of the incident, the May 1st incident, which I knew that this would make a good video. And again, the people who watched it liked it.
And it only got 6,000 views, by the way. Actually got him jerking off and talking about it for an actual hour, or maybe 2 hours, and being cut down, removing all of the dead air was actually less important to people than his fence-riding uninformed opinion on the quartering in Kino Casino. The thing that he's most known for in the entire world that no one will ever forget, DSP, jerking off, was less important than random internet drama that just happened to pop off.
And it's more dramatic, so it kind of has performed along the same as these dramatic videos.
These
But then we
dramatic
went back
videos.
to gameplay highlights, and as you can see, this has been a week now since we did this gameplay highlight of Pokemon, and it's done 3,400 views, which again is okay. Now it's like we're right back to where we started with the 3,000 view
fucking
Street
retarded
Fighter,
in
the
that
2,000 to 3,000
Pokemon
view.
thumbnail
It seems
too.
like
Look at that.
gameplay is
The dumbest, worst frame of flexing to ever exist, and we decided to put it on the thumbnail. Very self-aware DSP, very self-deprecating Quirk Chungus style humor.
never really going to do
Congratulations.
better than a few thousand views. Like, gameplay just doesn't do it anymore. For whatever reason, people want video essays, they want drama videos, they don't really want gameplay. They don't really find it that riveting anymore. Now, gameplay is my bread and butter. I love streaming gameplay, and those streams are how I make my living. That's not going away, don't worry. I'm just saying, when it comes to this style of video, it just doesn't seem like the gameplay really does much, right?
He also
Just being
picked the
honest.
fucking most boring game ever. Goddamn Pokemon. Dude, it's a turn-based retro game that people have put thousands of hours into and completely deconstructed and dissected. And he's doing nothing new. Who gives a shit?
It's going to always probably be around 2,000 to 3,000
What's up,
views.
Jesse Green?
And then this is the one from last night, which, again, I'm happy that it even has any views, but this is exactly the kind of video that people are making on YouTube daily and taking off and blowing up and hitting the algorithm, and they're getting 50,000 to 100,000 views on a video like that.
Pocket watching other people.
Saying exactly the same kind of stuff, same kind of editing, but mine gets 1,800 views, because
It's almost like they're not the same person. Like they don't have the same charisma or personality or something. It's so odd that other people can do the exact same thing, but DSP can't. It's almost like the person that's doing it makes a big fucking difference or something. I think you had a bro side Phil for the 5, saying, "This is how much money I make. I need an explanation." 5 minutes later, "Where I spend my money is none of your business." Yeah, out of both sides of the mouth, as always. That'll be the narrative. That's how we push it.
Again, I'm not.
It really
I'm
is
not in the
a
algorithm.
shame that he exists
I
this
need
way.
to keep going, and I'm going to do my best. I'm not going to
Embarrassing.
give up. I want you to understand that. Like, I'm not going to
Pathetic.
give up on this. I hopefully think that if I keep working on it,
Thank you
that
for
it
the 5.
will eventually.
Appreciate
Again, once you get that one video that will fully hit it, then I feel like you're good. But we need to
And it just seems like he's doing a Hail Mary on this, trying to hit the algorithm thing. Like the way he's talking about it seems like we're desperate for it. It's like again, it lacks soul. It lacks passion. He wants to hit the algorithm purely for greed.
You get to that point where the one video will finally hit it, and then people will watch the other related videos, and then a lot more subscribers will show up. This is the thing. I could keep getting subscribers off of collabs, like, oh, I do something with Asmongold. All of a sudden, I get 9,000 new subs, right? But I'm not going to be doing that all the time. You know, you can't rely on that. You got to try to do your best.
But he just said he could rely on it. Did he not? Did he not just open that? Sorry, my keyboard's off. Did he not just open with that?
Working on it, that it will eventually do. Again, once you get that one video that will fully hit it, then I feel like you're good. But we need to get to that point where the one video will finally hit it, and then people will watch the other related videos, and then a lot more subscribers will show up. This is the thing. I could keep getting subscribers off of collabs, like, oh,
yeah, I could keep doing this.
I do something with Asmongold. All of a sudden, I get 9,000 new subs, right? But I'm not going to be doing that all the time. You know, you can't rely on that.
You can't rely on it. So I could do it. I just can't rely on it. Well, then you can't fucking do it, huh? Jesus, it's like he doesn't know how words work. Also, he's tried this. This is again objectively obvious to everybody that DSP doesn't have this option on the table. He's invited Asmongold back on stream on like 3 different fucking events. Three different occasions. That's what I was actually looking for, was occasions. 3 different occasions he's invited Asmongold back on. And it's just not happened because Asmongold doesn't give enough of a shit. DSP can't even get Wings of Redemption on regularly enough to try and fucking grift off of Wings of Redemption. But we're going to sit here and pretend as though people are just lining up around the block so that DSP can steal their viewership.
Gotta try to do your best to make sure your content is going to appeal rather than it just be, oh, because you did a collab with some bigger creator, you know? So we'll have to see. I'm sticking with it. I'm not giving up. But again, you can help if you do watch it and share it yourself and tell the people about it, like the videos, etc. That would help. Like right now, we got 191 people watching this stream on YouTube, right? So
189
currently,
now,
that highlight video has 110 likes. So if you watched it and you liked it, go like it now. There's 193 of you on the stream.
Go like it right now.
If all of you go over there and like the video, that will propel it into the algorithm more. You know? I'm not asking.
What a weird call to action, by the way, on your live stream that already doesn't have that many people on it, to send them away to a different web page to go like a video they probably didn't enjoy, hence why they didn't like it in the first place.
You to do it just to do it. I'm saying if you like that style of video,
in a vain attempt to get it into the algorithm,
okay?
A vain effort, like. We're not pause. He's just thinking. He's thinking about his next grift, his next bag. He's formulating. He's pondering.
You can't like a kick stream. Shut up about that. What's up, King Michael? How are you, man? No, Omega, that's not correct. He says, the issue is your highlights are re-uploaded content after the live stream and split part uploads. Wrong. Everyone's are.
Wrong. Everyone else does it. So obviously this doesn't have an effect. Completely idiotic and stupid, dumbass. It's almost like you don't have a YouTube channel or something.
Highlights, everyone's clips, they're all the same. Yeah, other people's are blowing up because their channels aren't stolen from. Let's be real here. The moment that I turn on my stream, someone's already rebroadcasting me in a negative, toxic light. Someone's already clipping and re-uploading and stealing the content completely illegally. So if someone's already been doing that for 5, 6, 7 years, people are already, programmed to go do that. They're not going to try to check it out or find it on my own channel. Like I said, if you look at some of the comments on these highlights,
it's in their they've put it into their schedule. They're used to it. It's part of their routine. They've already subscribed to these channels. They're already ease of access. No, they're programmed because they're like bots. They're autonomous people that can't think for themselves because they're part of the idiot detractor hive mind, obviously.
Like, I can't believe it. This video was actually
very particular
recommended to
word
me.
usage there.
I never get recommendations from the actual DSP Gaming. I only get it from his detractors. So I'm shocked that I actually got a real recommendation from DSP Gaming. How do you suffer through watching him every stream? That's the problem.
I love watching things I hate. I love talking about things I hate. I'm a hateful individual. What can I say? Out all the things that DSP says, liking to shit on stuff is that's true. That's true at least about Atlas. I love shitting on stuff. It's super cool. It's super fun.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
I like to like stuff
I can't
too.
change the way
but
YouTube
that's just
systems
not what we
work.
do here.
I can't become dirty, wealthy overnight and start suing people for stealing my content. It's never going to happen. All I can do is try positive ways, like making my own content and hoping that eventually it will get into that same system, you know?
I also feel like DSP's edited videos don't have the same. I think you got to have a level of vitriol or like a level of understanding about DSP and the way that he exists in the world to make a clip what it is, if that makes any sort of sense. Like, it's just clipping. It's not that it's not back-breaking labor or anything, but there's a skill to it, I think. Thank you, Vaporware336, for the 29 months, saying it's been hard for me to care about the guy with Quarter Planet Jeremy ham-flaggly setting YouTube on fire, but it's nice to see him under 200 live. Rip Bozo. I agree. To care about DSP lately is it's been tough. Okay, there are very interesting things out there other than the guy. Thank you, Vaporware, for the 29 months. I appreciate it. You're right. Under 200 live, Rip Bozo. Real.
Yeah, I know that didn't help. I mean, that's matter of factly, that's correct. Limka says for like 10 years, you had likes off and comments disabled. That's not true. Likes were always on. You can't turn likes off. But there was a time frame there before YouTube instituted their comment moderation system, the automated one, where I had to have my comments off. It was like 5 years. No exact.
Thank you, Mageland, for the 2 and with the cool sticker. I don't have super stickers on for some reason. That they like. I don't have a pop up. So shout out, Mageline. Appreciate it, brother.
It was about 5 years. It was, I think, like probably like 2017, 2018 through like 2022, 2023.
Yeah,
it was
he
just
had
like
to
3,
turn
4
his
years ago, I
comments
turned them
off.
back on again.
It wasn't to defend his ego. It wasn't so that he didn't have to face the hordes of people that said negative things about him. The truth, mind you. No, he had to turn them off. It was the only thing he could do.
And people say to this day, I don't understand. I'm watching this playthrough of yours. It's a big game. It has lots of views, no comments. Yeah, because the comments were off. The comments were off during that time frame, and now people don't, when they go back and watch an old video, they don't comment on it. You know? It's very rare. It's hilarious. There's a video from like 6, 7 years ago, and people are like, first comment.
Is that funny? Is that comedy? People don't comment on his fucking videos now. I don't know why we're pretending as though the present is any different from the past.
Understand something, all right? A decade ago.
Let me tell you.
Even a little more than a decade ago, okay? This is how you don't play. Would take my gameplay and put it in a very negative light, okay? Very skewed towards, oh, Phil sucks at every game he plays. It would only highlight the negative parts of my playthroughs, okay? However, people would see this is how you don't play, and then they would sometimes come to my actual content. They would come watch the latest playthrough. They would watch me stream the latest game. It would actually benefit me because people would then come watch the original content after the fact.
So what about the years and years and maybe even a decade of DSP crying, whining, bitching, moaning, belly aching about fucking this is how you don't plays nonstop, about how they never help. No detractor, no troll has ever sent people his way. He's had never benefited off of any of these videos ever in the history of his entire channel. But now in the modern day, we're just going to admit, yeah, back in the day, sometimes this is how you don't plays would get people over to my channel, and I benefited greatly. Interesting how the narrative is the way that it is today.
Day with the way that these people
what a fucking bitch. I
steal
hate
my content daily, it's become the surrogate, the substitute for actually watching my real content. These people are instantly stealing, which is illegal. There's no legality to what they're doing. There's no legal protection. It's not fair use when you're instantly stealing and you're actually uploading before the person creating the content can make their own highlight or upload. That's illegal. And they're doing it every day. And people just got used to that. Keep in mind, before, I couldn't afford any of this. I couldn't afford the better setup. I couldn't afford to hire an editor. I couldn't afford any of this. So
what does any of this, what does his amount of money and his setup have to do with people posting videos of him, doing clips? How did we get to this point? Like, the way that DSP moves through a topic, through an idea, through a conversation is completely foreign and alien to me. I have no idea how he goes from point A to point B. It's completely nonsensical.
all I could do was just do basic live streams. And then people stole my content for 5, 6 straight years. And it's become, that's the methodology now. Oh, you want to see Phil? Just go watch the person who stole it first, because they, we're just used to it.
Well, and the fact that it works as a substitution should be alarming for him. The fact that you can just go watch DSP's negative style detractor clips and get the vast majority of the interesting things that DSP has done in a day should be screaming to DSP that he needs to do something different, that he needs to change his ways and not exist in this in the way that he does. But of course, that's not how he's thinking. He's not interested in that. He's just interested in also trying to profit off of his shitty fucking behavior.
They're in the algorithm, right? So now I can finally get to the position where I can do this stuff for myself. But now it's an uphill battle because everyone else is already in the algorithm with the stolen content, and I'm starting from scratch. No, there is no way to claim the videos and get income. Asmongold was completely incorrect when he stated that back in November during our interview. A common person.
Our boyfriend lied to us. That's fucking crazy. What a dunce. What an idiot. Actually banned indefinitely from the DSP stream for lying.
Like me has no ability whatsoever to claim other people's videos. There's no claim tool. There's a copyright match tool where if someone is using your content, you can say copyright strike. And that's it. There's no claiming tool whatsoever. From what I'm to understand, if you have like 1 million subs or more on YouTube, more tools are made available to you. And particularly,
okay. So Asmongold was just bragging about his super, high-end, top elite YouTuber style assets that he has access to. Peons like DSP, these, very small 200,000 subscriber channel, that they don't get anything. Obviously, he's just a whelp.
If you are partnered with certain companies and things like that, you get extra tools as well. I am nowhere near the level where I would have any of those tools available to me. There's nothing like that in
you're
any
irrelevant.
Dashboard or anywhere. It just doesn't exist. There's no claiming tool. Anyone who's my size and says they have it is lying. It doesn't exist. Okay?
So people who have 200,000 sub channels that actually make good content and do hit the algorithm and get relative views to the numbers of subscribers that they have, those people, if they say that they have access to these things, they're just automatically fucking lying, despite existing in a completely different circumstance to DSP's dead, fucking forgotten, irrelevant channel. Obviously they have to be lying because DSP said so. Everyone else is fibbing. Thank you, Duke Alistair, for the 5, saying he is so annoying. How can you brag about being a creator for 20 years, but also cry about starting from scratch? Yeah, starting from scratch on the channel with 200,000 subs that's been around for 20 years, that has videos actively getting thousands of views, something that people actually starting from scratch that have 0 subs, 10 subs, we'll even say 100 subs, are fucking dreaming of hitting 1,000 views on a video. But DSP is the one starting from scratch. He's Mr. Joe Average, Mr. Nobody, just like you are, right?
The reason that those claiming tools exist is because a major corporation will actually have a legal relationship with YouTube. They pay for the service. They load all their content into YouTube's Content ID system, and then it matches, and they just get revenue automatically. They're not actively matching. It's automatic. It's done by the AI systems that YouTube has in place. But that's
how dare they fib to the substitute teacher DSP? I know, dude. There's nothing worse for a substitute teacher than a fibber.
Companies, producers, corporations, music companies use it. Movie companies, TV, production studios and things like that use it. And YouTubers who have partnered with big networks, because there's networks that will do blanket claiming of content from channels as well. I know because I've erroneously had my stuff matched. I'll be playing a game. They're like, oh, your video got claimed by so-and-so YouTuber because it matches their playthrough. That's illegal. Can't do that, stupid. So I immediately dispute it, and within a day or two, they clear it up. But you can see they're doing it through their own network. They're blanket claiming content based on that they loaded their particular playthrough of a game into this automated system. I have no ability to load my content into the system.
Notice that he said, notice he's not saying that he wouldn't. Please notice. DSP just doesn't have access to it. He admits that that doing that is illegal, and it's unfair to the people that are also making gameplay content and can unrightfully have them losing ad revenue on these claims or whatever the fuck. But he doesn't say he wouldn't do it. He just doesn't have access. He is willing to use all of the evil tools that he claims to hate and speak out against. He would use all of them if it benefited him. It's merely that they don't, that he has an issue with them.
None. Which is crazy to think because I've played most major games and I've been around for 18 years. Can you imagine if I loaded my content into the system?
Did you
I would
imagine?
fucking own everyone.
I would own everyone. I would be their master. The He wishes this was reality. The seriousness in which he speaks. I would fucking own them, dude. Me, an 18-year content creator? I would have all of their fucking lunch money.
I would own every Let's Player because I did all those playthroughs first.
I did it first. Me. I hit the scene first in the golden age of YouTube or whatever the fuck.
So they'd all get mass claimed by me because I've done it all for 18 years.
But if he were to start doing it today, he's not the first one to get the games. And even back in the day, he wasn't the first one to get the games and upload the videos. That's the people that he speaks out against all of the time, who, you know, get early review copies and X, Y, and Z. Those people would upload first. And he actually would not own any of these people whatsoever. They would own him.
I mean, it's insane how broken the system is because obviously that's not the point of the system. It's not, oh, I'm a Let's Player and I claim everyone's work, but that's how the system works. It's that fucking busted.
DSP can't even get his own content onto the internet first, but he thinks he's going to get gameplay, like live streamed gameplay out before anybody else. Okay. It's not paused.
JP Leonard, MCNs, okay, do have the ability to do stuff like that if you're big time and if they feel like they're going to benefit from it. So, for example, if I were a million sub YouTuber and every video I put out had between 50 to 500,000 views, and every day in a month I was bringing in tens of millions of views, then there might be an MCN out there, a multi-channel network that says, hey, if we partner Darkside Phil, it makes sense because if we claim his content, we load it into our system and we claim other people who steal it, we're going to make bank because people watch his stuff, you know? The problem is I'm a small-time guy. I'm not some big dude. So because
just a small-time guy with 200,000 subs. I'm not a big dude. My wife is a big dude, but I'm not.
No one's really going to benefit by doing that
I'm
shit.
Mr. Twing.
It's been a very long time since I've been in any kind of a managed partnership or anything like that.
Melting, atrophying. Cool. All right, anyway. So we've done the clip audit. We've talked about the algorithm. We've complained about, this is how you don't play. We've reminisced on our 18-year content legacy and how we would own all the haters. So what's the next step, right? What exactly can we do in the future to continue to own all the haters and be so successful? Well, this completely brand new idea that is pitched by a fellow dent.
This person says, if you want to do React content, a new segment called Detracting the Detractors to respond to unhinged detractor videos and make fun of them. Well, first off, I want to say thank you for the suggestion, and I also want to say that this isn't a new idea, that we've actually tried this before. Hopefully that's what he's going to say. Hopefully we acknowledge we've done this segment. It's not very robust or meaningful, that his real audience absolutely hated and detested it, and that it basically went nowhere. I hope that's what we say. I hope we get that acknowledgement. Never say never. Let's put it that way. However, yeah, you remember the Playing with Duty segment. That I have learned over these years that I've been a creator, 18 years, and out of those 18 years, arguably 15 years, I've had these major detractors who are coming after me, okay? The best way to handle that level of obsession, harassment, misinformation, and defamation is very... Notice he won't actually acknowledge the criticisms and critiques and valid advice and strategies that have been given to him throughout all of those super deranged detractor and trolling videos. Now, I'm not going to say every suggestion's a fucking a golden ticket, that it's a knock it out of the park style suggestion. But there's definitely been good advice given and good criticisms made through detractors. But DSP can't even acknowledge that. It's obsession. It's what the fuck else did he say? To handle that level of obsession, right? Harassment, misinformation, and defamation. Misinformation and defamation. Because everything you say about DSP is untrue. If it didn't come out of his mouth, it's got to be untrue. It's very simple. You're all fibbers too. You don't address it. because all that those people want is your attention. If they get it, they feel like they've won. That was the whole point. Most people who are detractors on the internet, and I don't just mean my detractors, I mean anyone who detracts someone on the internet, probably well knows that most of the stuff that they say and do regarding someone is exaggerated. Not that it's not truthful, but usually it's a gross exaggeration. Okay?
Well, I guess that begs the question, though, where is the line on that? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to understand the narrative DSP is posing before me here. It's truthful, but it's an exaggeration. So I need to know where the line is then, because it sounds like it's kind of contradictory here.
Yeah, sure. This person probably did this one thing, but it also doesn't mean that they're a horrible person, they're a waste of life, this and this and this, right? And
well, those are just conclusions based off of the truthful information. That's not an exaggeration. That's just a preferential opinion that was formed based off of the data set. That's just unique to every individual DSP. You really can't control that. If I think that it's, embarrassing, pathetic, and you're a waste of life because you spent $150,000 on mobile games or whatever, like, that's just a conclusion.
People will take one little thing and extrapolate upon it and blow it up. So here's the thing. If you take everything that's said and you watch it and you react to it and you respond to it, you basically become like Review Tech USA, someone who just can't help themselves and literally falls down that rabbit hole again and 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 again.
Talk about not understanding how a fucking joke works. Jesus Christ, just prolong the shit out of it. Just do it till it's not even amusing anymore. It was never funny, but it doesn't, like, the smile fades from your face the longer he goes on.
And it's an endless cycle. And all it does is fuel the fire so that those people will keep doing it. Okay?
So if you watch detractors and listen to what they have to say, you become Review Tech USA, is what I was just told. But I can remember of a gouty fat fuck that also watched a bunch of detractor videos on other lolcows and got on stream and discussed them with his audience and gave his opinion on them. It's weird how it's rules for thee and not for re.
And so the best way to handle it is to just say, well, I'm aware it exists, but I don't know the specifics. I don't care, and just move on with your day. Because it's like I've said, if you're successful, you don't need to focus on these things that are said about you because they don't matter.
Yeah, when you're successful, you don't have to worry about improving yourself or the content that you make or putting an effort towards anything or making viable changes that your audience is asking for. You don't have to worry about any of those things when you're successful. You could just do whatever you want, whenever you want. That's legitimately the way that DSP views his life. He has 155 people watching him on YouTube, and because he has major whales that will finance his entire life, his view on life is legitimately that he is just allowed to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, because he's successful.
You know, in the last year, there has been
you don't have to listen to other people nor their opinions when you're, bankrolled by like 5 people.
Ridiculous amount of ire and negative things said about me on the internet. And how much have they affected me? Zero.
How much have they affected
zero
me?
Negative impact on me because I don't pay any attention to it. I don't care. Instead, I'm just here chilling with my audience every day, having a good time, living life, making positive content. And guess what? I'm doing good. My streams are doing well.
The trolls and idiots have no impact, except for when they ruin my gameplay streams by spamming or claim that they're going to copyright strike my content or make me stay in the house indefinitely because I'm scared to go out and get beat up by random internet trolls. But they have no effect on me, you guys. I swear. I don't even think about trolls, except for all of the times that I bring up This Is How You Don't Plays and how they've irrevocably ruined my channel beyond repair, and all of the people that are uploading clips that are illegal and constantly affecting my own clips so that I can't be successful on my stream. But they have no effect on me. Right.
Overall, not every single stream,
Jesus.
but overall, I'm doing well. Everything's good. The sky ain't falling.
Also, yeah, you're right. Can't even procreate due to trolls. The biggest W I will never cease to stop yelling. Insane win, folks.
The bills are getting paid.
Stopped his
I'm
bloodline.
making new content that I love. We're branching out. We're doing new games. The set's upgraded. The equipment's upgraded. Look, I got my Steam controller right here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, hard fought W.
So,
we definitely earned
that's
it.
all I have to worry about. Now, I understand what you're saying. For me to react to detract the detractors, correct?
Right.
For me to
Which
do
again,
that,
we've done.
would that be funny? I think it might be for like a one-off thing.
See, dude, his brain is actually so fucking rotted. It is so eaten away and eroded by Jin. He does not remember the Flush the Duty segment. He does not talk. He doesn't remember talking about Super Crazy. He is genuinely in belief that this is the first time he's ever even considered or heard about the idea of detracting detractors. That's how fucking gone this guy is in reality. I mean, look at his face in this screen grab right now. This still frame, I think, shows you everything you need to know about DSP and where he's at mentally. He is fucking whacked, man. Shout out Darkside Ranter for the 5, saying, if your streams are doing so well, Phil, play Slay the Spire again, because you can play whatever you want, right? Yeah, no. Or play 80 fucking 20, that game that we were crying and bitching about it in clips we literally saw today. I would love to play this game, guys, but I don't know if I can. Thank you for the 5, Darkside Ranter.
But the thing is, once you do that, you've given them what they want. They now have their time in the sun, and they can now say,
like right now.
Now the endless cycle continues because now he's acknowledged us and he's watching our content. So now we can clip that and watch his reaction and react to his reaction and spin it in our toxic way. And it's just an endless content funnel. Does that make sense? That's, to be honest, that's how it works on the internet for the
an endless content funnel, not cycle, not, I don't know what other vortex, I guess would be in other words, a funnel.
drama farming YouTuber and the drama farming streamer. It's not just on YouTube, other places as well, as you know. They want that endless cycle. They want you to bite. They want you to react. They want you to respond, because then that just gives them more free content that they don't really have to work hard for. It just gives them the free content, right? And it gives them the attention. By not acknowledging it and not paying attention to it and just being yourself and moving on your merry way, it makes them basically talk to the void or their very isolated group of losers who watch them.
Okay. And how's that been working out over the past few years, the past decade, the past 18, however long you want to say DSP's had detractors for? How long, how has this been working? They multiply by the fucking tens? They get more and more viewers. They're having competitions on who can dunk on DSP the most creatively, right? Like, well, are we chalking all of that up to a DSPW? Like, I don't know how this strategy has been playing out in a way that works for him. Very confused.
It's just that simple.
Like, they're not making content.
You can't help
still.
the fact that there is a human problem, that there are people who are so miserable in life that all they want to do is laugh about the misfortunes of others or try to bring others down, even if it's not true, the things that are being said. They don't care. They just want to feel like they're better or superior to other people, or at least revel in the downfall of someone who looked like they were doing well. That's how miserable human existence has become. And there's nothing you...
Human existence is miserable because you like to laugh at people on the internet. I hope you understand what you've done to human existence in a metaphysical sense, okay? The very human nature itself is afflicted by your hatred of some fucking random loser on the internet. And I hope you can live with yourself afterwards, you fucking sickos.
Could do about that, right? There's no actions that I could do to change that. I can acknowledge it, I can point a finger at it, and I can highlight it, but it doesn't mean that it's ever going to improve. Instead, what I can do is focus on the things that I can control and I can change, which is me and myself and my content. Okay, I can't change the world, but I can control what's right here on this stream. And that's the attitude that I take. So why am I going to go watch other people's content, okay, of toxic stuff? Why would I ever do that? What's the point?
He does it regularly now. He's literally watching a negative style, June the King style. I need to stop saying style. The June the King documentary on the quartering. Why would I want to focus on this negativity as he's actively teamed up with fucking Wings of Redemption and LTG trolls? Who is this guy talking right now?
It's not like I'm going to convince those people that they're wrong. It's not like I'm going to entertain a positive audience.
Yeah, very
by reacting to toxic, negative content about myself. All right. 2 years ago, a 4-hour documentary came out about me by June the King. I literally forced myself to sit here, watch it, react to every moment of it, and fess up to all the things that I had done wrong over the years.
And by fess up, he means lie and obfuscate the real truth so that he could get a lighter version of events to be the truth as he pitched it.
When I finished that react, that was my redemption, at least for myself, meaning I kind of pledged to myself that all those things that I had done wrong up to that point, that I wasn't going to replicate, that I wasn't going to continue to make those same mistakes, but instead I was going to turn my life around and improve it. Now look at me 2 years later.
And again, this is where I want to, like, this, if DSP was a normal person, you'd root for him here. You'd say, oh, it's a good thing that somebody made a documentary of his shitty behavior, and he looked at it and was like, I don't want to be that anymore. I genuinely want to change and be a better person and not fall into these same pitfalls that I have over the past decade of my legacy or whatever. But the problem with that is that, once again, it's shallow, it's short-sighted and conceited on DSP's behalf, and he's not even successful doing it. He saw all of these actions, said he wanted it to be different, and instead of actually being different and making good, positive style, high-effort content, he decided to just start gloating that he was different while not actually making any changes. That's why it's so grating when he says this shit, because he's still the same. He's actually the same guy he was yesterday, despite all of the claims.
Right? I'm a transformed guy. I'm healthier.
Like this.
I'm happier. I'm sitting in a place of affluence, a place of success.
I'm healthy as his skin is melting off of his flesh and his hairline recedes ever more. I'm happy as he's constantly berating his chat and being negative and complaining about just about everything. I'm in a place of affluence, but where the games aren't hitting the fucking fake goal that doesn't exist, we're constantly trying to throw them out, unless they're Dragon Quest 7, of course. We're constantly begging for money.
Yes, I actually have a great life. Everything has dramatically improved for me since.
Really can't describe a single thing that makes his life great, to be honest with you.
I manned up.
I guess unless you like having a fat wife. I would say that makes for a bad life, but we all have our interests, I guess.
And I reacted to that toxic stuff about me. I don't care what anyone else says after that because I'm already done with it and I'm already past it. Every little nitpick, every little gripe that the internet has with me doesn't matter. Doesn't affect me. I'm good. So I'm moving forward in a positive way, and I don't care what these idiots say. Now, I agree with this tipper. If I did a show where I maybe just reacted to some toxic stuff said about me, we could all have a good laugh at the memes. And, but the problem is that would be like, oh, look, Phil gave attention. Now that opens the floodgates for idiots to say toxic things that aren't true.
They're going to say toxic things anyway. Who gives a shit?
And so that's why I don't give it any kind of attention, and I'm not going to, because I learned my lesson the hard way from all the years where I tried to say, oh, this wasn't true or this, sweep it under the rug. Just don't pay any attention to it at all. I don't give a shit. There will always continue to be people making documentaries. There will always continue to be people trying to make a buck on my back. I don't care. Go ahead and do it. As long as I'm successful and happy, you go on your merry way, I'll go on mine. I don't need to pay attention to your lunacy and your idiocy and your grifting. I'm good.
I want to say that DSP has finally learned his lesson, that getting into internet sparring matches with random internet trolls has never come out in his favor, and he's always been made the fool. In every exchange ever, he's actually never won a single one. But I think that's giving DSP too much grace, too much credence. I don't think that his brain works like that. I think he's just given up.
Let's see. Someone tipped $2. I'm trying to understand what they're saying. I'm going to try to read this. They said, is what happened with the quartering pretty much when you met, whenever you bring up why you don't go after the tractor channels? It seems to cause more problems than it solves. You've grown.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. The DSP realizes, like the quartering in the Kino Casino, that arguing with people who can call out all of your lies never ends in your favor and you just look stupid. This is what I was saying.
A lot. 2013 DSP would address detractors a lot. Pretty much it ended up promoting this is how you don't play. Yes. So it's like they say.
Maybe he really
first
does
of all,
get
it's
it.
the
Then. Holy
Streisand
shit.
effect, right? If you don't want something to be talked about or highlighted or focused on, don't talk about it, mention it, highlight, or focus on it. If you try to hide it and you're purposefully trying to stop people.
If I had $1 for every time I'd heard DSP fucking pig-splain the Streisand effect to his audience, I would never need to work again. I think there's genuinely enough DSP Streisand effects out there that I could just retire from real life.
From talking about it, it gets highlighted, it gets emphasized and extrapolated. I think the story is that Barbara Streisand in 2003.
Oh my God, the whole fucking lore.
But she
no
didn't want anyone
shit,
to really
Grandpa.
know about it. But some photographer had taken a picture of it and put it online. And so she basically sued the guy to try to take the pictures down. But then because of that, the pictures went everywhere viral and everyone knew she owned this property. I think that's the story, right? So
no, he doesn't even know the lore.
I,
he is explaining to you the lore and then capping it off with, I don't actually know. Could you imagine wasting somebody's fucking time to recap a piece of history, like any fucking random military battle or any great act in history, and then capping it off with, but I don't really know though. I'm just kind of making that shit up.
Going to try to dispute everything someone says about me. Why am I even going to give it entertainment value or attention? There's no point. Just ignore it all, move on my way, and don't create that Streisand effect. The other problem is it's also like the Hydra, right? You can cut off one head, and now the Hydra, instead of having 3 heads, has 2, except it just sprouts 2 more in place of the head you cut off. So for every person who you address and you try to dispute and disprove and strike down, there's going to be 2 more that sprout out because they realize you're giving them attention. You see? So the best way to go about it is to ignore it.
Yeah, Streisand's Hydra.
I can wholeheartedly tell you this. Okay.
I also like that DSP's he describes detractors and troll channels as a hydra, and that when you cut off one head, 2 more sprout back up or whatever. But instead of figuring out a way to deal with it so that is not the case, he decides to just give up, lay down, and let the hydra ransack his village every once in a while trying to minimize the casualties. That's like the strat that he's gone for here, if we use the analogy of the hydra. Sorry, Streisand's Hydra.
This is truthful. I don't watch any of these documentaries on me. I don't watch any specials. I don't watch anyone doing we're going to talk shit about DSP today. Not once. Okay? Seriously, I don't care. I don't pay attention to any of it. How do I know about it? You come and tell me about it in the chat. That's the only way that I would ever know about any of that stuff. It's not worth my time. It's literally a waste of everyone's time for me to sit here and address the crap. So there you go.
Unless they found it entertaining.
Another $1 tip.
And then it would be a great use of time, because that's what we're supposed to do here.
Can the next react be the Demon Souls dupe scandal so you can debunk the mouth droolers in the room? I think you are deaf. Did you not hear everything I just said? There will always be someone invoking my name, making some kind of a special video essay, documentary, or toxic piece of content about me. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. Whether
Except for right now.
Playing Demon Souls 13 years ago or not, does not affect 2026 DSP.
Except it does. Right now, with this comment and that video that's been brought up multiple times over the past few months now. How many times have we addressed the Demon Souls video that was made?
It's a moot point. If I didn't, nobody should care. Anyone who does is retarded. So I don't care either.
Yeah, if you guys followed the math, if you guys were able to do all of that complex algorithm following on the Demon Souls video, you're retarded on some Goodwill Hunting type shit. So there was this other clip from DSP. He was, of course, addressing what I believe is a LARPer, because what they're asking for, I couldn't imagine anybody actually wants. But it made me think that DSP just might not have it the way he used to. And that's kind of a crazy thing to say, given that DSP's never really had anything in forms of talent, in forms of ability to entertain. But I don't even think he could do what he used to do.
The style you had of commentating over what's happening, that's where your unique niche is as an entertainer, and you shined at it. You might be a bit too passive to make comments nowadays and hold your tongue too much. I mean, it's not just that. That's just life. Things change. You understand, right? Like back in the day, I was always trying to fill every moment that was going on in a game with some kind of irreverent commentary. And that ended up leading us to things such as the sexualized content that I would say, the generalized racial commentary that I would use. And the thing is, again, back in the day,
the soy little falter in voice as he talks about his racial style commentary, he can't even address it in his normal style voice. We even have to downplay it as we say it.
Can we be honest? Back in the day, everything was different.
He's
okay?
black.
Back in the day, all kinds of commentary was allowed. No one was offended. The world has changed. all of these platforms no longer allow that style of completely irreverent commentary. Okay. Along with that, I've grown up a lot. I started being a YouTuber, I believe I was like 26 or 27 years old. I'm 44 now. You understand? Like, I'm almost 20 years into this game. And a lot changes in 20 years. Okay? I'm not the same guy I used to be. My mind isn't even wired like that anymore.
It's not even wired like that. His mind isn't even wired the way that it was 20 years ago, which to me just seems like maybe it's wired gay now. If you recall, DSP said he was wired straight, but if the wiring can change, John Rambo might still have a chance. PPP could come back. Warski, gaming soulmate, still on the board.
I don't think that way. I don't talk that way. I don't act that way. So although you might like DSP from 15 plus years ago, that was 15 years ago. And everything changes in that amount of time.
And this is what I was saying earlier. I don't think that DSP could genuinely fill the dead air anymore. I don't think that even if you wanted to, even if you tried to go back to that old commentary style, that irreverent, flagrant, racist, sexist, whatever you want to call it, add all your isms. I don't think he could do it. I don't think he's quick enough. I don't think that he's unfiltered enough. I think he's too stiff. He's too stuck. He's too concerned. I don't think that he has it in him. He doesn't have that youthful spirit.
Be quite honest with you. If I were the same guy today that I were 15 years ago, I would have failed. Megaline
saying I was mature when I was 22. Yeah, I was too, man. I was too. I was mature enough to know that I needed to buy a house when I was 19, and I did.
I'm going to say that again as strongly as I can.
He's the only full-grown adult that was like 30 years old and claiming to still be like underdeveloped and youthful. And he didn't know what he was saying, so he couldn't be held accountable.
If I were the same guy today in 2026 that I were back in like 2012, 2013, I would have failed. All right? I wouldn't have an audience. That I would have become ultimately an completely, what's the word I'm looking for?
Search.
Someone who's just not, I would have become a completely irrelevant, outdated, basically embarrassing creator. Because to see a 44-year-old guy sit around talking like he's 20, swearing, talking about boobs and dicks, and, making fun of Asians, making fun of black people, making fun of Italians, making fun of all this shit constantly, right?
It can be funny if you have the talent for it. If you have the charisma, I'll use the word the French style again. If you have that je ne sais quoi, you can get away with it, and it can be heat. But DSP doesn't have it. He didn't have it then, but he definitely doesn't have it now.
That is the behavior of a younger person for a younger audience. My audience has aged with me.
Right.
And
they're not interested in talking about dicks and boobs. They're interested in talking about poop and eating McDonald's, I guess, or eating fast food in general. That's what the aged audience is really into. Scat, farts, and food.
Newcomers who jump on are usually older viewers. My demographics outright tell me that most of my viewers are either in their mid to late 20s, 30s, or 40s. Teenagers are like 0.01% of my audience. They're not watching me. They're watching the big prominent streamers out there. They don't care about DSP. So I'm not going to make content for them because they're going to be like, why is Grandpa Phil talking like he thinks he's 20? They'd be right.
I hate the way that this guy will wield the YouTube analytics in such a way. Like, he won't use it appropriately to gauge the audience and how much they're actually interested in the viewership numbers and the likes and in the comments, but he will totally believe the age verification on YouTube's end, that people don't lie about what age they are. That's the one statistic he seems to actually want to use the most in order to bolster his narrative. But it's the most easily lied upon question that they asked. How old are you?
I had to evolve with the time.
Yeah, teenagers are not telling YouTube they're underage. I've never, as far as the internet is concerned, I've never been underage in my entire life. I've always been over 18.
I had to change with the times and understand that that's not who I want to be. Okay? Now, if I were acting like that, I likely could find some success. I wouldn't be able to do it on YouTube, and I wouldn't be able to do it on Twitch. I'd probably have to be a Kick exclusive or a Rumble exclusive streamer because they allow you to be more over the top with your commentary. YouTube and Twitch does not. Okay. However, where is my audience? Primarily YouTube. It always has been. It probably always will be unless YouTube goes out of business, which
Man, I remember when we were on Twitch and we were just using YouTube as like an archive channel and we didn't care about it at all and we never streamed there. And we were constantly telling people live on the stream that we make no money over there. And it's based, like I said, it's just an archive and that all of the real money and all of the real entertainment is on DSP Space Gaming's Twitch channel and that YouTube was a bygone era that was failing or whatever. I remember all of that. I was there. I remember hearing it.
I don't foresee happening.
But now it'll always be our bread and butter.
So I got to adapt. And that's exactly what I've done. All right, I've changed for the better. And I have no desire to go back. Like I said, I've grown as a person. I don't think that way anymore. It was exhausting trying to fill every moment of dead air with this kind of commentary that was just so immature and stupid, in my opinion. I get that people liked it. I do. But that's a younger audience that I don't really care about anymore. That's not who I'm trying to make content for. All right? Just being honest. So
imagine being exhausted just saying dick and poop jokes and talking about boobs over mid-2000s games. Imagine being exhausted after that.
There you go.
This guy could never work a real job.
It's never going to work. It wouldn't. If all of a sudden I just started acting like old DSP again, it would last 2 days. The first day, everyone would be like, whoa, Phil's acting like his old self. And then the second day, people would be like, oh, he's acting like his old self. That's pathetic. Let's all make fun of him. And that would be the end. I'd be completely irrelevant and be out of business in 2 days. I'm not even kidding. By day 3, I would have no one watching me.
But that goes for every new DSP idea and project. There's always initial interest. DSP in, random new wacky scenario. He's doing edited clips. He's doing a react. He's doing food reviews. Name it. And it happens. Lego streams, whatever DSP wants to do, it initially has an interest because people like to see him in goofy spots and see how he reacts because he's not normal. But after that, we're done here. Nobody's interested anymore. This is him just acknowledging the truth and reality of DSP gaming. But we're pitching it as a negative. Because
Princess
he
Luna
can't
did
do the
a
old
$5
commentary.
super chat. Says it blows my mind people on the internet think someone can't make positive changes to their life. Well, again, Princess Luna, I'm in a unique situation here. It's not that people don't think that people can make positive changes in their life. It's that they don't want to believe that I have. Because again, they benefit by thinking and saying I'm miserable. They benefit when they say that Phil is hard up and in a bad way, because then they can make toxic content about it and their community laughs and thrives at it. But it's not the truth. They can sit there and lie to themselves as much as they want and cope about it and seethe about it, that I'm doing well and I'm successful and I'm changing for the better, but they can't accept it because if they accept it, then it means that everything they're saying is wrong and their content is worthless, which it is.
I'm just asking, I just want to see where he's made an improvement. Where is DSP actually any better? I think he's changed in a variety of ways. Very minute, very, very small changes, but he is, like I said, still the same guy. There hasn't been any real meaningful change. It's not like he doesn't ban people. It's not like, he's laxed up on people talking about his wife or being focused on the gameplay or kicked out people that are degenerate in his chat. It's not like he's actually stopped begging. It's not like he's stopped acting like a dickhead when people don't give him money. It's not like he isn't full of himself anymore. Like, all of those things are still true, and that's the kind of changes that he should be looking into. That's what people want to see.
But that community can't face reality. In 2 years,
You're right. He still makes worthless fucking content that goes nowhere and isn't entertaining and is full of dead air. Like,
completely turned everything around, and everything is good now. Like, no lie, I feel so good. I work out, and I go to sleep tired. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, ooh, I got pump. I feel good. I'm healthy. I feel like I'm 20 again. This is amazing. I jump out
midlife crisis ass motherfucker, for real.
Out of bed. I have my nice breakfast. I jump on stream. I'm excited for the day. I'm like, let's go. Let's enjoy. Let's chill. Let's do good content together today. And we play games and we chill and we have fun.
Dude, imagine trying to pitch that you have this mentality and then you get on stream and exist how DSP does. You wake up ready to start the day, rip roaring to go. You fucking can't wait to tackle the day and get all sorts of shit done. You're super productive, ready to face the day and all the challenges, trials, and tribulations that could come your way. And then you get on stream and you are the most low-T, low-energy fucking buffoon that's just seething about basically everything under the sun all day long. I don't even know how you could say that with a straight face. Just the most downtrodden, miserable fucking curmudgeon on stream basically every day. But you're just so amped and ready to go, you feel 20 again.
Yeah, in a minute, we're going to check out the Steam controller, right? We're going to experiment with it. This is fun stuff. This is good stuff, and it's not harmful. It's meaningful stuff. I love it.
Yeah, wake up in the morning feeling like D. Piggy. It's true.
And that's my future, because I ditched all the toxic shit of the past. I shed it off. And I've moved forward as a positive, different person, changed. But they can't accept it. They totally can't. Here we go. See, you always notice that once we start talking about reality, they always show up in chat to spam it and say toxic stuff because that's their coping and seething mechanism. They can't handle reality. Wait, no, he's talking.
I like that coping mechanisms have graduated. They now have another element to them. It's a coping and seething
talking about his good life again. Shit, we can't have that because now my fractured reality starts to crack, right? And oh no, now I have to look in the mirror and look at my ugly self again and who I've become, hating a guy on the internet. They can't take that shit.
They can't take it.
Anyway.
They can't even fathom the idea that I would be on here being miserable all day while claiming to be happy. That's why they watch the content in its raw form and provide commentary, because they can't even fathom. Thank you, Shale, for the 5. Same question. When the hell does this pig roach have time to work out? He's streaming from sun up to sundown. You know, that's a great question. That's one of the many facets to the DSP workout arc that I'm kind of confused about. I don't know what kind of weight he's pushing because he just continues to say that he's maxed out his weight set, his free weights. I don't know what that means. That's not a number. He doesn't really describe when he does it. He just does it after the stream, but he gets off the stream at like fucking 10 p.m. So this guy's working out right before bed, which I don't even think you're supposed to do. I'm pretty sure that fucks up your sleep schedule. Your circadian rhythm becomes off if you hype your body up like that. But anyway, I'm not a fucking fitness expert. I don't know. It's a great question.
So thank you for the $2. I appreciate that.
Hostel, yeah, I can't really say sun up since he wakes up at 9 or 10 a.m. and then doesn't get on stream till fucking 11. That is true. Sun's probably up at like 7 o'clock.
Let's I think we're gonna move on. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the Steam controller testing. What do you think?
All right. So I like I said, not watching the Steam controller review, not watching him do an unboxing. I don't care what he has to say about any fucking Steam controller. I honestly can't even believe how much he hyped it up and complained about the shipping, as if anyone was ever going to give a shit. But that, unfortunately for all of you and myself, takes us to my final clip. And unfortunately, it's a longer one because it is the final part to the quartering react. I know. You were all wishing this wasn't on here, hoping we wouldn't do it, but it did take up a large portion of DSP's time. And luckily, I skipped the middle stream that he did. We only watched the first one, and we're going to watch the last one. I'm not watching that middle one.
But the
you
fourth
can't make
and final part of the quartering documentary react. Remember, this is from June the King on the June the King channel. I think his documentaries are well done.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for pointing out before we move away from the fucking Steam controller. DSP has done like 3 fucking reviews of the controller since he opened it. He keeps doing them like live for every game he seems to be using it on. He's giving you like direct feedback as soon as he starts using it. And then yesterday he did a formal summary of his thoughts over the past few days. You don't have to watch him unbox it to get his thoughts and feelings. You can just watch basically any stream he's done since.
Enjoy them. That is why usually if we react to a documentary, it's a June the King doc that we react to, right? And I think it's been informative and well done. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed it as well. We're going to finish this off tonight and see how it goes. Like I said, if you're here and you chill and you're engaged and you support the stream, then I'll consider doing more of these in the future. If this ends up being the deadest stream of all 4, then I probably will not do that. Okay.
It almost seemed
would
like
probably
it,
be
bro.
going some-
Oh my God! Wait, hang on.
No, she did.
and I
No,
will be
I
watching
think
the
she
football
might
game
have.
tonight, and
Aw.
Hannah Claire will probably be going.
A little Atlas insight here. I remember when this was going off, when the Quarter Pounder went to AmFest. Okay, I was shoveling snow early in the AM. A lot of snow. We did not sleep very much, and this is what I was listening to. Was the fucking 4-hour style Kino clips or whatever.
Help me.
They're not actually 4 hours, but they're very long.
So this, I couldn't believe what I was seeing last time, but we are seeing it in real time. We're seeing what was actually said at the event. So all of a sudden, the quartering starts saying, I'm going to be watching the football game with Melanie Mack. And all of a sudden, his other employees like, wait, what? Just you and Melanie? I'm not invited?
What?
What's up with that? Why am I not invited? And then immediately Melanie's like, no, you can come. Remember, she was immediately, oh yeah, you can come. And then she mouths, help me. Okay? So out of everything that we've seen up to this point in the documentary, right? We've seen Jeremy drinking, getting on stream frequently, acting a fool. Let's be honest. Saying ridiculous things, trying to
Right.
contact
I
women,
know another
saying things
lolcow
about
like
the women
that.
that he has on his streams and on his show. He's simping and or obsessing over certain women and creators on the internet, which we
This
talked
is all
about how
true.
last
This
time
is
that
all
was
true.
inappropriate because he's married, yet he's publicly talking about this kind of thing. It's not like what a married dude should be doing. Okay.
A married dude?
And now he has these employees, and this is taking place live on his own live stream at this political event where he says, well, I was just going to watch the game with one of my female employees. Like, just
Thank you, Seven. I was going to try and let him finish, but he's really fucking waffling on. If this was about DSP, he would, and this was a detractor video about him, he would be fucking ranting and raving about how that's not actually what she said. This is them extrapolating and exaggerating. You can't prove she mouthed help me. This is just them pushing a false detractor narrative. But because it's somebody else, DSP is ready to just jump on board with every narrative. Every single detractor video, every documentary he watches, he's just ready to believe whatever they say because it's presented to him and it's not about him for once.
him and her together in the room. And then
Now, I fully believe that she said, help me, don't get me wrong, but
the other female employee is like, what? Why wasn't I invited? And then she mouths, help me to her. So how exactly
that's a
was
married
this
style
supposed to
individual.
look?
Is the guy right about married dude behavior?
Like, really? And this is his
Yes, married men don't talk to women, and that's based.
stream. This isn't like someone edited this. This is his archived stream. He's putting this out to the internet. People are seeing it live take place. So how did you think people were going to react to that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm lost. I really am lost at what's going on here. And again, it's none of anyone's business.
Just waffling on, by the
but
way. He hasn't said
this is
anything
being
new in like
publicly
5
broadcast.
sentences.
People know that Jeremy is married. Why? Because he told everyone. Right? So it's not like, oh, is this appropriate or not? It's like, we know it's not appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Because he's married. He's talked about this over the years. He even said how his relationship with his wife has been a struggle because of how much he works and all the stress of it and everything. And then this is taking place live. I mean, this is super embarrassing. Okay? Super duper embarrassing, I would say. If you're
And to me, this is exactly the type of thing that I think DSP would be like, oh, well, it's kind of like a personal thing, and we don't really know their relationship behind the scenes, and it's none of our business. They're just making content together. You're trying to get into the dirty laundry.
talking about the most embarrassing moments, right? You can have an embarrassing moment where it's all on you, but when the embarrassing moment is involving other people and it's like take place live in front of people like this, like I would argue if I was looking through the entire documentary and it was my documentary, I would be like, this is my most embarrassing moment. That I would declare that. I'd be like, nah,
You guys don't like him saying super duper? You guys aren't super duper fans?
this definitely is the most embarrassing thing. You know what I mean?
This is the most embarrassing thing. When people found out that you were trying to hit on Melanie Mack as a married man, that's the most embarrassing thing. It's not the constant grifting. It's not the actually shitting your pants in a Walmart and like having to throw your trousers away and just having shit smeared everywhere and like whatever that story was. If you know, you know, you know. None of that was the most embarrassing thing, and it's definitely not going to be the cuckening that's going to come very shortly after this. No, Melanie Mack saying "help me" is indeed it's the most just super duper embarrassing thing.
So I don't know if he feels that way. And for what I'm to understand, because, of course, when we talked about this last time, people started talking about it in my streams over the last couple of days.
Yo,
and they
shit,
were like,
running down his leg is a crazy detail, Redbird. Fuck you. Thanks for bringing that image back into my head.
So these two
freak.
vehemently, 100% deny that this is what was taking place. No, it wasn't like that she actually was asking for help. They weren't uncomfortable. That's not what was taking place. But then how do you deny the video evidence we're watching right now? Like, how do you deny? It's literally right here. This is what you broadcast. No one made this up.
This is every detractor's commentary, by the way, when DSP says they make things up and that they're spreading lies and misinformation. It's right here in front of us. How do you explain this, you fucking idiot? We're watching the clip. And then he says it's out of context. That's the real answer, isn't it? That's what Jeremy would say, is it's out of context. You don't know.
How can you say that's not what it was? You know, I don't get it.
No, they help me.
Can we comment on the neon green women's t-shirt? No. I don't want to talk about his clothing. I think it's really lame, and I'd prefer to use a slur, but I won't. I think it's really lame and whack that he wants to make his clothing a part of the content at all, in honesty. The segment that he did where he bragged about he bought tank tops that you don't even get to see, and they're really nice tank tops, and it's a shame because he wants to, you know, have it benefit the stream in some way, I think is insane. I think that's what an insane person says.
She did.
Family oriented.
I can't watch football with you guys.
You can.
Wow.
I would.
Now watch first.
I like how she immediately says, you can. The moment that she says, I can't watch football with you guys, she turns and says, you can. Like, so why was it not in the conversation that we're all employees together, we're going to watch football together? Why was it only those two and not the other one? Right?
You're welcome in female speech. Watch this.
Love that.
Oh yeah, that.
Whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, she fucking said some shit. Thought
She's like-
she mouthed it.
And then last micro.
I can't watch
watch
football
this.
with you guys. You can. I would love that.
Oh
Now watch his face here.
yeah, that would be.
Wow, thanks, Melanie.
So his plan has been thwarted, basically, whatever the plan was. And I was like, no. Well, I guess.
See, again, and we've just bought hook, line, and sinker the detractor narrative that there was some sort of underhanded, slimy plan going on. Now, again, I believe there was. I believe we were simping for Melanie Mac. Yes, the 40-year-old empty egg carton false Christian that dresses like a 15-year-old. Yeah, that's embarrassing, and I think there was a plan. But DSP, a little hypocritical.
Yes, I just can't do what I wanted to do originally. At least, again, even if it's not, even let's say that's completely speculation, that's completely fabricated, what are we, as the viewing audience, all right, supposed to think for what we just saw happening, right? Like, what are we led to believe?
A single chick that walked in that bar in 20 years. There is some truth to the fact that people, what is the saying? Like, people are living the exact life that they want to live. And that does play out. But I feel like compelled to always try and be like, yeah, but do you want to, like, is this fun? Like, there was a point in my life when I was kind of depressed and feeling in a rut, and I would be at that bar 4 nights a week. But like, I had a wife at home, which is
I hope DSP doesn't shit all over Jeremy for having a drinking problem. That would be, man, that would be really hypocritical.
even less of an excuse. But
What have we said about oversharing, right? What have we said? You don't overshare this kind of personal stuff.
Guys, I made $5 on this edited video.
Ever. That's not, shouldn't be your content, right? So now he's publicly admitting, I was married at the time, but instead of staying home and spending time with my wife, I was going to the dive bar and drinking alone 4 nights a week. What are you doing?
What are you?
If it's true, whatever. It's your personal life. It's your personal problems. Now you're making your personal life public. You cannot do this.
You can't do it. Now, when I did it endlessly and continue to do it to this day, it's different. But you can't do this.
Cannot speak publicly as if the internet is your psychiatrist about your private life problems. It doesn't work. All it's going to happen is what's happening right now.
SD saying that there's no comment about his drinking during the entire reaction. You know, I'm actually, I don't know why I suspected anything less. Of course, that's the one time DSP's not going to draw a parallel to himself. He's not going to bring the attention to his own story. Why would we want to address how much we're drinking and how much of a detriment that is to us?
They're reacting to it. Now June puts it in his documentary. Now I'm reacting to it. No one would have ever known. If he didn't open his mouth, no one would have ever known that this ever took place. Everyone in life has personal problems. Everyone has things that happen. It's your business. You don't have to turn it into content for the internet at all. That's your private business. Keep it to yourself. Make content for the internet that you choose to make public. That's okay. That can't be personal. That can be used to attack you, right?
Guys, I had to take Leanna to the hospital, and I was basically like, just give her a fucking pill.
Or if it is, like, for example, oh no, I suck at a video game. Make fun of me on Reddit. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm really crying about that. I don't give a shit.
Guys, the relationship was basically over for like a year at that point, and we were basically broken up. We were just like roommates.
Shit, right? It doesn't really affect me. This stuff will affect him. Like, yikes.
Did you ever find the restraining order? Sorry, we could do this all day long.
Okay, it's a two-pronged problem. There's two prongs. Prong number one.
I really hope there's a third prong out of nowhere. It's a two-prong, but the third path comes out of nowhere.
That Jeremy, all these years, has been a grifter. And I don't think anyone would disagree with that, including him. I almost bet he would even say, I'm a grifter. Just like I will admit, in the past, I used to be a really bad grifter. I'm not nearly as bad anymore, and I'm more transparent and honest with all of you now, okay? So
right. People were upset about the grifting because it wasn't transparent and honest. If you would have just held the sign up that said, I'm a broke bitch who is begging for money, that's fine. Nobody thinks that's grifting. That's way more respectable, obviously. That's DSP's genuine argument. I'm way more transparent now about my begging. Very cool. Thank you, Redbird, for the 5. Saying, I learned in my early 20s, knowing when to keep your mouth shut is just as or more important than knowing when to speak up. Phil knows he can't stop it. That's who he is. He's the most yappinest yapper that's ever yapped. That is who he is.
Grifter can see how a grifter works. You understand? He's been a grifter.
Game recognized game, as they say. Grifter recognized grifter.
His entire YouTube career. And he's been able to pull the fast one on everyone. But now he can't do it anymore. Because he's finally hit the point where it's like, but I don't get it. You're on Rumble making big bank. You're on YouTube making big bank. You've got this event going on, that event going on. You can afford this. You can afford that. You're doing this. You're doing that. How can you be destitute and need us to give you $14,000 to go on a trip? The answer is you're not. You just don't want to spend any money. You want to keep it all for yourself and never reinvest your money into the business. You want us to finance your entire business plus then some.
Holy shit, dude. It's actually like listening to a DSP detractor. You're buying all of this fucking equipment, but you're still begging for games. It's like you don't want to put any of the fucking of your own money into the business. You just want them to, to pay for everything and then some. It's actually like listening to a DSP detractor. It is so one-to-one, it's uncanny.
So you can live a high life. So that's the first prong.
Yeah, just so he can live a high life with high ceilings in his middle condo unit and fucking ant covered in cum all over the floor. Yeah, dude. Actually one-to-one.
Is that his actual grift has finally broken. Because now he can't actually fool his audience into believing this stuff anymore. Oh, the channel's under attack. Oh, I need your help with this. And now he's getting caught out on all this stuff. But the second prong that went right up his ass is Kino Casino. Because they are now daily micro-analyzing.
Did DSP have the Kino Casino prong up his ass too? Was that a part of the great snakening? Was that a part of the great casino robbery?
Everything that this guy is saying.
We had to shove the prong up our ass.
Extrapolating it and just shouting it out to the masses in a way that it's never been amplified before. He's never had his grift
PPP
analyzed
prong
before. So because of that, for the first time
ever,
it's hitting him in the face. And he can't handle it. Instead of being able to just say, well, I don't care. He's sitting here on a stream saying, oh, those two fat guys from Canada or whatever. He's giving them exactly what they want.
Two fat guys from Canada? Warski's thin. He's an ex-coke fiend. What do you fucking mean, two fat guys from Canada?
Name drops or even mentions or anything.
Look, you can say what you want about the Kino Casino, about being annoying and begging and exaggerative or whatever, but I'm drawing the line at Andy Warski fat. That's a crap. Huh? Who are we talking about?
That is what they want because they want a war. They want him to clap back so they can go back, and it's an endless back and forth, and only they will profit.
Hashtag
this
Worski
man
not
will
bad.
never profit from engaging, but they will massively profit from having him engage. Does that make sense? So his grift has broken, and on top of the grift breaking, people have called him out on it and just completely amplified it to the point where everyone knows it, and now he's losing it.
Wow.
There you go. Okay, that's
Thanks for the breakdown, Grandpa. There's some real fucking, sports center talking there. He should have started drawing lines and plays on the screen. I think that would have been more beneficial.
My opinion, I'm seeing right now.
That's what we were missing
from this, situation on the documentary. I think that's exactly what's going on.
Thank you, Sclerotic, for the 2, saying DSP only had eyes for Worski's prong. Oh, fuck, you're right, dude. They were gaming soulmates. PPP was the wife stand-in. She didn't have a prong.
Guitar Player 1939 has just contributed a $25 tip. Thank you, Guitar Player. Oh, my basically grifting, talking bullshit, etc., right, was getting called out on. People were analyzing it. You know what I'm saying? So I know what's happening. I can see it. Maybe other people can't understand it, but I'm seeing it. Like, I know exactly what's happened to this guy. He fell for the trap. 1,000,000%. Hook, line, and sinker. He's just like engaging, and now that he's engaging, now he's going to get sucked into that vortex that you can't get out of, like a swirling.
Oh my God, dude, it fucking kills me. It's almost really, it's not a real physical pain because it's not that deep, of course, but it is really grating on the nerves to have this guy say so confidently all of the things that he's saying to address all of the issues the DSP experiences in his own life, in his own lore, in his own Snortax. He can identify it in other people, but not himself. It's never not going to be irritating. Very tough watch, if you ask me. That's why I didn't watch this shit live. Thank you, Shale, for the 2, saying Phil is not a chubby chaser. LOL. Yeah, no, he likes him skinny. He just likes to fatten him up afterwards. He's on his feeder type beat.
Toilet that's pulling you down, and no matter how much you're trying to save yourself from getting sucked down, you're turning and you're swirling with all the other turds, and you're gonna get sucked down, baby. And there's nothing you can do. Nice analogy, huh? That's a good one. You know, guys, I like toilet humor, right? Okay, thank you, Guitar Player, for the tip. Now would be a great time to grift some and say, hey, everyone.
Unironically grifting, by the way.
If you like my React content, please support it tonight. Because you guys...
Like, it is ironic. He's trying to lean into the bit, but this is, like, this is still a beg segment. There's still unironic begging happening.
Now
he does
really
expect
like
this to work.
React to the quartering documentary, and you'd like to see me do more in the future. I'm down for that. But I need
My
to know
God,
that it's worth
he
my
is
while
wearing
and that
cat's
you care.
blouse.
So tonight,
Holy shit.
you can engage and support this stream. Right
That's
now,
just
we got
like that fucking muumuu or shower curtain she was wearing that one time. The floral style pattern. Thank you, Redbird, for the 2, saying I got banned on Kick in an hour for saying fat cat. Well, that's a quick way to get banned. I can't believe you thought that was going to slide.
Tip
Come
from
on,
Flat
now.
Man. And we got 2 super chats from one person earlier, and that's it. That's not very convincing. So if you like this content, let's get some super chats, let's get some super stickers, let's get some memberships, let's get some gifted memberships, let's get some kicks, let's get some subs, let's get some gifted subs.
Run down
and
the
for
list,
the love
buddy.
of everything holy, it's time for some tips. Let's go right now.
He can't even just say support the stream. He has to actually fucking pig-splain every single way that you can give him money. He genuinely believes that that's going to help, that that's not grating, that that's not irritating, it's not annoying. It's like his again and again and again bit from earlier. Like, we could have just stopped about halfway through. Fuck me, dude.
See some support for the reacting content that I put out for you in the last week, shall we? Okay, good stuff.
Be rewritten to include a new chapter. Quote, yep, I got an anonymous tip from someone who claims to know people who know of Jer IRL that quartering's best friend is a legit wife-busting bull. I looked into it and can 100% confirm this is real, and dude and his wife swing through the Hambly house to get blackout drunk and hang out in the hot tub and use your imagination, what else? Unquote. Jeremy's
I know
friend has stated
Dunsfelter's
publicly
gone.
on Twitter that they are friends.
I just meant like in the past. He was around for a while. Come on, guys. He didn't look. Redbird didn't specify when he got banned. It's not my fault. I did everything correct. I did nothing wrong.
He is also part of the Quartering's Discord server, even given the unique role of Quartering legend. Mac and Cheese then shows.
So now I'm gonna go on record here. Okay, I'm gonna go on record here. This is the kind of shit
Uh-huh.
that I don't agree with whatsoever.
Oh.
All right? You're going to go after...
I have to agree with DSP. As far as his statement has gone right this second, I also don't agree with cucking. Now, this might be a hard stance to take, might be maybe a hot take. People might not agree with me, but I think that that getting cucked is wrong and pathetic and embarrassing and gay.
After someone, okay? You go after their public problems, the things that they have pushed to the forefront through their behavior that has been public on their streams. So everything that we've done in this documentary up to now, right? His grifting, his businesses, his begging for money, because this is that his sky is falling, chicken little crying stuff, that everything's
Chicken
ending,
Little
needs help.
crying.
But then he claims that he's super affluent. The relationship, supposedly, I guess that you could say with his wife that he keeps saying is falling apart. His attitude
No, the sky really was falling in Chicken Little, though. Wait a minute. That you can't Chicken Little crying. That motherfucker had a point.
towards his employees.
There
and
really
things like
was
that. This is all
aliens in
public.
that film.
100%. This has all been public. Okay? This right now, this Kiwi Farm shit, okay? This is now delving into the behind-the-scenes private shit. Okay? To be honest with you, unless...
Behind the scenes private shit that is public enough that when people look into the people that you hang out with, that they can track publicly from you. When they find out the information and put together the pieces, this is behind the scenes. This is too far, guys.
this actually takes place on a stream or something that he has presented to the public, I really don't care. And that's my take. And I know a lot of people disagree and say, oh, no, he's a public figure, and therefore this is all pertinent. I disagree. I don't care about his private life, to be honest with you. I only care about what he is presenting to the internet as part of his business.
So DSP only cares about the character he's playing and not the actual morals and actions of the person behind the character. Like that's who, and I guess that makes sense for DSP. That's who he is. He doesn't actually want to know the truth of things. He just wants to live in whatever reality makes him feel better. So he's not actually interested that the quartering is a fake, grifting, false conservative who's out here actively being fucking cucked and hiring bulls and swinging and hot wifing or whatever they want to call it. He's not interested in talking about any of that. Of course he's not, because all of that, I guess, is behind the scenes, as he calls it, even though it flies directly contrary to the entire character that he's putting out in front of everybody. And also, odd that he cares so little about this, given that this is quite literally the catalyst of what kicked all of this off, really, in regards to Hambly becoming a flaggot. Okay, him getting called out for being a cuck and getting, cleaning up after the bull does his job is why everything started getting taken down. And the point where we crossed the Rubicon for the Great Quartering's downfall. But we don't care about it. We can't, you guys. It's behind the scenes. I think you, Pat, noticed it for the 4 months. Please keep noticing. Saying if you don't want something found out, don't put it on the internet. That includes Discord. Well, I would agree, and that would be advice that I would give to other people, and I believe advice that DSP has given to other people. But I guess we can't hold Jeremy to that standard for some reason.
Leaks and hearsay and rumors and all this stuff, I don't care. Even if all of this part not right now is true, and I don't know how long this is going to be covered in the documentary.
He's always been a flagger. You're Johnny come lately to this. Okay, you're right. That is the way the story played out. I guess I should have clarified it and said, this time around, this is what kicked it off. All right.
Still don't care. It has nothing to do with anything that I'm involved in or have anything to say about. So I'll watch. I might not have much to say here. We'll have to see.
His friends.
I might not have much to say on one of the most embarrassing and pivotal parts to the entire story of the quartering. Then why do the fucking react, bro? If you're not going to have anything to say on certain topics in the react, you might as well just not watch it. Thank you, Quasar, for the 2. Saying rule 1 of the internet, no one is your friend. This is true. This is a factual statement.
Discord ID is grapejelly817.
All this shit is
there
fake.
A Reddit account with this exact same username.
Give it a 2.
The problem was that this post and commentary was hidden, but a bug allowed Mac and Cheese to somehow view the hidden comments. Several comments were made on r/Midwest Hotwives, a subreddit dedicated to lewd photos and swinging, and also the Wisconsin Bulls subreddit. This is specifically dedicated to seeking out a quote-unquote bull.
I mean, bro is publicly posting on Midwest Hotwives subreddit looking to get cucked. And this isn't relevant. This isn't important. This isn't information we want to react to. We just want to stop and stare. That's it. That's all we're gonna do.
A third party to join in intercourse with a couple, sometimes as one partner observes rather than joining in. And
It's not even looking
Jeremy's
at the
friend,
screen
with his real
sometimes.
name on Twitter, can be seen petitioning women for sex. This all proving that
Bro, Jeremy is literally commenting "me too" to random e-girls saying, "I need an orgasm stat," and we don't have anything to say. This is what's on our screen right now, and there's no commentary to be had. Are we fucking serious? Oh my god.
Jeremy's friend is an active swinger. The rest of the post is full of clips or photos meant to convince readers that Jeremy and or his wife is involved with his friend and or his friend's wife. First of note is this clip considered to be a Freudian slip.
Right? Like, he's got some
That's the bull, not Jeremy.
STD, or clearly taking
all
part in
right.
that lifestyle.
All right.
You know, in my experience,
My experience with hot
taken part in
wifing.
this lifestyle. But I know I have friends who have, and then obviously I've covered people who have.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's just as damning. If you're hanging out with people who are cucks and are hot wifing and letting their significant others be bowled up, I'm gonna guilt by association on you, dog. I don't have time for the degeneracy. I am that. I am like that.
Swingers, instead of cucking now, they call it
Insane
hot
thing to
wifing,
admit. I hang out
which
with
is literally
cucks.
just letting your wife bone other dudes. Yeah.
This post also includes Jeremy's belief that Nick Rekieta, a different controversial creator, receiving oral sex from a woman who is not his wife.
You know, they say judge them by their fruits. You are the company you keep. I think 50 Cent said you're gonna get as far as the motherfuckers you talk to for no reason, and that's not something I would ever want to find myself in. So I ain't hanging around motherfuckers like
On
that.
stream is not a quote-unquote own. Jeremy's previously leaked search of Reddit for screen pies, the specific type of pornography that
Aren't I
appeared on his
friends with
Twitter
Inked
timeline when
Blessing?
streamed, a time
Proof one time Inked Blessing has been cucked and I'll unfriend him. You send me that proof,
that
damn
Jeremy
it.
allegedly posted cuck porn to his Twitter, a fantasy he explained while showcasing an interview with Gina Carano, where he is a loyal friend who sits on the sidelines while Gina would be sleeping with various other individuals before gravitating to Jeremy. Jeremy inviting
Crazy clip, by the way. Jeremy talking about a fake fictional movie that he made up in his head, where he's the soft, nice guy who lets her get railed a bunch and is like the funny friend that she falls in love with in the end. What an insane position to want to put yourself up in a made up scenario where you made the rules. Very. Once again, though, no commentary from DSP. He's got nothing to say on the matter. Yeah, he might not be informed enough to, but legitimately, I can't imagine watching such a piece of documentary and then not speaking on something like that. Thank you, Tezosaurus, for the 5, saying Saturday style super chat. Big ups. Big ups to you for the 5 Saturday morning style super chat. I appreciate it, man.
his friend and his friend's wife over to join him in his hot tub, while also commenting on his friend's wife's big ol' boobs. Various other mentions of Jeremy's friend's wife visiting his house.
DSP's not even going to talk about Jer mentioning his friend's wife's big boobs. I mean, that is like right up his alley. It's even the kind of vernacular he would use. That's his vocabulary.
Sometimes to clean, other mentions of Jeremy acting inappropriately towards women who are not his wife, and finally is this part of Mac and Cheese's closing statement. Quote, obviously nothing here is stone cold proof, but perhaps there is something to the long-term speculation in this thread. Let's just focus on the objective facts. Jer is a pervert and creep. Jeremy's best friend is a bull and swinger. Redacted appears to be wealthy and owns a 1.
We've basically passed the halfway point of tonight's stream and the finale of my react to this documentary. Again, I would just like to say if you guys have enjoyed my reaction to this documentary and you want to see me do more of this kind of content in the future, to please engage.
If you guys are enjoying the nothing I'm saying, it's some of the most pivotal parts of the entire piece. Make sure that you give me money, please. If you enjoy the silence I'm providing and the lack of interest, please send more money.
And support the stream. Give the stream a like the stream archive, leave comments on it, and please tonight support the stream. All right? I want to know that it's worth my while. Like I've said, I have had big success recently with all of my gameplay content and my podcasting. All right? This has been a departure for me to go back to this kind of content. And if you like it, I want to know that you do. I need to know that you do. Please support it tonight. And
Please
this will
support
weigh
it,
heavily
guys.
on my conscience on if I'll do more of this in the future. Okay. Grift mode off. Let's continue.
Yeah, Redbird, all the dead air he's
First,
providing.
Fucking do it. You'll never do fucking shit.
So My take,
Go
all
ahead.
right, they
Hit
know
us with it. Here we go.
that no matter what happens, they win now because he's already engaged. So since he already engaged, they can endlessly make fun of this guy forever, and that's a revenue train for them. If he continues to engage, that's even more of a revenue train for them. But if they can goad him into actually trying to take an action against them, okay, what ends up happening is they go from the content farmers that people like to martyrs. Because now they can stand on the hill of free speech. We were just doing what everyone else does. I don't understand why everyone else can make drama content and we can't.
That's not free speech. That's not how free speech works. That's not the argument of free speech. I'm doing what everyone else is doing. Why can't I? But they can. Is not what free speech is. That's not that hill. I don't know how we framed it up in such a way just to completely lose the point there.
So why on earth are we going to be attacked for it? It's not fair. It's not right. You shouldn't be able to flag channels. You shouldn't be able to take.
And yeah, but that's a great point. He's only thinking about money. That's all that ever matters. To him, it doesn't actually matter that they really are doing the satirical comedy style drama and that it really is free speech and they should be allowed to do it even if you don't like it. None of that is important to him, and therefore they couldn't even care about it. They actually only have to care about the money, just like him.
People down for it, right? And the thing is, it's like I've said, an eye for an eye doesn't work because at the end of the day, everyone ends up blind, right? One of the unspoken things that YouTube content creators who react or do drama content will never really publicly talk about is the fact that they'll all talk shit about each other in a circle endlessly as long as it makes them money, but they're never actually going to go after anyone. Like, for example, no one's going to say, I hate you, and I'm going to go try to beat you up in real life. That's never going to happen. Maybe
They definitely have said that before. Not Kino Casino, not anybody specifically, but to pretend as though no one has ever actually taken internet beef offline in the modern day, I think is crazy. I mean, people have literally died over internet beef before. It's written into the annals of history. You can just go check.
there'll be a stupid boxing match that makes them big money, but why would you just go beat someone up? That doesn't actually fit the narrative of what you're trying to do. You're trying to have an endless cycle of drama so everyone can make money and benefit. That's the game. In a lot of ways, the ultimate suckers of this,
and you're right, LTG does say it all the time,
are the viewers. Because in reality, do you really think that any of these people really hate each other?
Yes, I do.
No, they don't. They're just doing this to make money. If there was no money in it, they wouldn't give a shit. If they weren't making hand over fist money making fun of the quartering, they would never have brought up his name.
Oh, and once again, DSP just not understanding anybody else's mindset. Nobody else is allowed to think differently than DSP.
And if they all of a sudden stopped making money on him, they would move on to somebody else who would make them more. That's how they operate.
Well, yeah. There's plenty of losers and degenerates to hate on the internet, especially if there's money to be made. But I don't think that diminishes the amount of vitriol and hate that they have towards the individual. Myself, if we want to use me as an example, I hate DSP. I wish that he wouldn't exist in the world anymore. I look forward to the day where he's done making content and we can wrap this up and we can be done and we can all move on and move on positively. That doesn't mean I wanted it to come quickly. That doesn't, it doesn't mean I don't like being here and I don't like having fun with you guys. But I do look forward to the day it's all said and done because I hate his existence.
They don't actually want Jeremy or the Quartering to be hurt. Jeremy or the Quartering shouldn't want them to be hurt because this is all a reciprocal thing where everyone can make money, right? Again, that's the unspoken rule. So what they're hoping
both things
is
can be
either
true at the same time.
He's
It's
never
a real,
going to do anything, in which case we win because we can just keep making fun of him.
It's a really
Or
and both situation.
he will take action. And the moment that he strikes me down, what is the quote that Obi-Wan Kenobi says in Star Wars A New Hope?
Boomer quote coming up. Here you go. The original Star Wars for all you fucking Zoomers in the audience that don't know anything about A New Hope.
If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can ever imagine.
You goobers only know Grogu or whatever.
Than just as a normal person. And therefore, if he does the thing he's claiming he's going to do,
soy moment.
It's
True.
just going to help them more. Okay? Seriously?
You know, I think it does say something about a person to be quoting Star Wars in an unironic sense. Like, legitimately quoting Star Wars to prove your point is, that's crazy work.
Bandits Mitz did a $2 super chat, says, it's YouTube WWE hype. In a lot of ways, you're absolutely, positively correct. The difference here is WWE is fake, And this stuff, this internet blood sport stuff, okay, is real. Meaning they're actually talking about real people, not created characters. They're actually talking about real occurrences and personal stuff, not made up plot lines that Vince McMahon and Triple H came up with in a stupid boardroom. This is real shit.
Yeah, this is authentic and genuine in real life and no bullshit. This is reality. This is what people wanted from TV. Am I wrong? Is this not what reality television kind of was supposed to be before they fucked it all up by making it fake?
Once these people get embroiled into this level of content, if they willingly engage in it, they're never going to get out. They'll always be embroiled in it forever. There's no really avoiding it anymore. And therefore, you go down the dark black hole of you're sucked in it forever. Now you're stuck. This is the only way you can ever get over. Like, let's be honest here. These guys are master content farmers. They are master trolls. Do you ever think they could be good at anything else in their lives? Not to say that they need to be, but do you think that either of these guys are going to get a 9-to-5 job and be successful somewhere?
Do we think that DSP could get a fucking 9-to-5 at a job anywhere ever in the universe if you gave him all realities to play in? The answer is fucking no. What point are we leveling here that couldn't be immediately leveled at fucking DSP? None of them have any talent other than being voices on the internet. At least the Kino Casino has energy and like a theme and charisma to them.
No, because they're now so embroiled down this internet drama thing. Anytime someone's background check on this guy, let me find him. What the hell is all this I'm seeing on the internet? I don't want this guy working for me. So this is it. This is their life. This is their future. They're stuck in it forever. So not that that's a bad thing with the amount of popularity and money they're making. I'm just making a point here. So
the point is that they've been doing this professionally for too long that they wouldn't abandon the industry that they're in and move to a different one. You know, I met some CNC machinists like that in my life. Is that necessarily a negative? Do I think a 20-year CNC machinist that has only been doing that is going to go work retail? No, probably not. You could venture to say they couldn't do any other job. I'm not sure that means what you think it means.
1,000,000%. Okay. This is exactly what they wanted. I'm not saying that they actually wanted their channel to be taken down and never restored. I'm just saying they wanted the internet blood sport. They wanted the fight. They know that if Jeremy takes action against them in any capacity, besides just tweeting into the void like he does, that basically they're going to benefit. This is what they wanted all along. That was their master plan all along. Let's get this guy to bite. Hook, line, and sinker, he bit.
Get down this platform right now. You said that you had the connection.
And his quartering live channel.
YouTube.com/report this. Where is that? I want to do this right now on my channel and see what it looks like. Because I've never reported
do this
anyone,
right now.
And I want to see if that's available.
If he's never reported anyone, then why would he want to go and look at this? It's like seeing you go and see the arrest records of people in your local municipality and then be like, whoa, you can do that? I've never been arrested or had any sort of altercation with the law. I'm going to check my arrest record right now. What fucking good is that going to be, bud? What are you going to get out of that? There's nothing to show. There's nothing to look at. You're just wasting time.
Report this. What is that? Report this to us? No, report this to what? Where do you find that
He doesn't even know the fucking URL. He can't even just Google it.
YouTube.com/report this to what? Where is that? That's on a phone. I mean, I could try it on my phone. Where do you find that? Where do you even see that? Like, no screen on my phone looks like that. Maybe
no screen on my phone. Why are we looking at the phone?
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, guys.
Is that... Yo, he doesn't even know how the fucking YouTube apps work, dude. You can see the URL at the top. Of course, it's a fucking browser. You can see the tab icon in the fucking browser. I'm sorry.
So, YouTube.com.
It's actually insane that he's this fucking stupid. It's literally on the screen, bro. You just have to use your eyes. Use your ojos. Open them.
Report this
assess the information that's being presented to you in a physical capacity.
Maybe it's the report report
I'm sorry,
history.
headphone users. That's my bad. All audio styles are probably seething because I was yelling.
Okay.
It's like you watching my grandma use a computer.
Okay.
It's true.
I see. So this shows your entire history of the existence of your channel, of any report that's been associated with it.
Right.
Okay.
Are you going to show it to us?
All right.
Are you gonna present us anything?
That's interesting.
Oh,
So
okay.
I didn't know that existed.
Great.
So what he's
We
trying
don't
to,
know that it
okay,
exists
what
either,
he's
'cause
trying
we
to do
didn't
is
see
create
it.
a defense saying, look, there's no evidence. Okay? Well, number one, I have a few things I could say about this. And again, I don't know if this is true or not. Okay? Hold on.
All right. Nah, it's not paused. He's just wasting more
Okay.
time. Let me know if you guys like this content.
He claims he
though.
did this live.
Please
and he
give me
showed
money for dead air.
his account. So this could be some of his accounts, but not all of them, which is, I think, is what they said, right? But there's also an ability. There's also an ability to withdraw reports. But if you withdraw the report, would that withdraw the consequence of the report? Like, let's say, for example, someone flags someone for harassment and cyberbullying, and YouTube reviews it and says, yeah, that video actually did violate our terms of service, hit him with a community strike. Well, now you can just withdraw your request.
Okay. So keep in mind, he doesn't know how this this page works. He's never seen it before. He doesn't understand it. This is completely new to him, but he's drawing conclusions already without actually understanding how it works at all. He's literally asking the question, is this how it works? Could you do this? And then presenting it as though that's what happened. Very cool. I'm glad we have this expert level commentary for this super cool June React.
Yeah. So maybe that's the case.
Maybe that's the case. I don't even know.
You submit. Oh, they got hit with the consequence. I'll just withdraw the request and now show, oh, look, my queue's empty. Right? This is very interesting. Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on. I couldn't be holding on anymore if I fucking tried, dude. Well, notice we're still on our phone, though, because we can't actually provide any sort of fucking stimuli for the stream. We can't actually provide any entertainment or show them what's going on, because we're such a fucking sneaky weasel fucking snake of the coward. We can't even just pull up the goddamn URL live. But we're super transparent, you guys. Realest motherfucker on the internet.
Let's look.
I have nothing to hide. Come on, man. It's not paused.
I guess I'd have to mess with it.
Yeah, I guess we'd have
'Cause
to
I can't
fucking,
do
like, we
anything
haven't
right
been doing
now.
that the whole fucking time,
Okay.
bud.
I'm just curious.
Just sitting in fucking silence, literally playing on our phone. You couldn't get away with this at any other job, by the way.
I'll have to look into it later. Sadly, I can't do it live.
Literally
I'd have to
just
mess
playing
with
on our fucking
with the
phone.
tools and see how they work, because I've literally never used it before. I would have to mess with it to see and do some testing myself. I'm sorry, I didn't watch
Have
this
to do
documentary
some
ahead of time.
testing. What
So
is he gonna fucking do? Report somebody? Have it actually go through and then like remove it like he said? Is he gonna test that himself? He's just gonna start reporting shit to test?
Didn't come with you guys or come to you guys with the stuff. I wish I had known that this was in it, but I don't spoil myself when I do live reacting. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have to experiment with it later. I can't do it right now. You know, it's not
Okay,
gonna
then
work.
why did we bring it up?
Okay.
Then why we did this entire segment just to say that we're gonna have to figure it out later, and we couldn't actually provide any commentary.
Okay.
Fuck me,
well,
dude.
I don't know. Can
What a
you
waste of
withdraw
time.
a report? I don't know.
I
I'd have
hate
to
this
test
cunt.
because I know for a fact. I can tell you this: you can withdraw a copyright strike. I've done that before in the past. There were a strike that I issued against someone. In retrospect, I look back at it. I said, okay, that really was fair use, and I made an error, and I was able.
I made an error. Not I was this spiteful, vindictive piece of shit. Not that I actively decided to go against what I knew was right and decided to take it out on this individual because I didn't like them. I made an error. I made a little oopsie poopsie. A grown fucking man acting in error on the internet in such a way. Again, embarrassing, pathetic. It's not that fucking hard. Either it was or it wasn't. I made an error.
To remove the request, and I believe it removed the copyright strike from the person. So I know it works with copyright. I don't know if it works with the reporting system. I'm not well versed in that, okay? But I guess
Yeah,
what people are
super
saying
duper
is
oopsie poopsie.
here
Yeah.
that he basically was showing some of his channels, right? But not all of them. I think that's what people are getting at here, that he didn't reveal all of his channels, and he has so many channels, because this is true. He's got so many channels. We just saw he's got the unsleeved media channel. He's got the quartering channel.
That sounds like a weird circumcision thing. The unsleeved. I'm not a big fan of that. Maybe that's because my mind is in the gutter, but I think we could have went with a better name.
He's got the streaming channel. He's probably got all those other ancient
Unsleeved
channels that he doesn't
media,
use, but
like
they're still
a
there. He still has access to them.
style
Did he use
stand-in,
those
I
to report?
think.
Okay.
Present effect.
Exactly. So now they have an infinite amount of stuff to go through. His entire history. He's been around pretty much as long as I have. And he's got this infinite amount of history to go through, all this dirty laundry. And like I've said, oversharing is always going to come back to bite you. And so they're going to nitpick every single thing he's ever said and microanalyze it and say everything is
Degloved
complete
media.
fact. Even he'll say, oh, it was an exaggeration. It was a fabrication. I was just telling a story. I was just giving jock content on a podcast like 15 years ago. Well, that sounds familiar somehow. I heard that somewhere before. But anyway.
Yeah, every lolcow relies on that because they don't want to take accountability for the things they said and the stances they have. Because they're just too pussy to stand on what they said. I genuinely think that's where they fuck up the most. All these lolcows is that they don't just say shit and then stand on it and be like, yeah, I fucking said it, whatever. They love to play pussy.
He'll say stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It's part
but
of the grift.
The problem is, it's right there, and it can be replayed on the internet at any moment, and people are going to take it at face value because you said it.
Tales of Jeremy only reached the dedicated viewers of their clip channel or live stream. The clip channel's videos rarely surpassed 100,000 viewers. Now, even just this VOD on Kick was more than double that. What's more, the Kino Casino stream had a segment where they shouted out various creators who had tweeted or made videos in support of them. This amounted to 78 creators with hundreds to millions of subscribers. Within were some former and even current friends of Jeremy. Even enemies of the casino were reaching out in support. Never has Jeremy faced such large-scale opposition. And the worst part of it all was that he could not rely on his typical tactics of dismissing the criticism or manipulating the narrative to support him.
And this is the problem. Like, again, what I said earlier, the whole drama community on the internet don't do this because they all realize that they all feed off of each other, and the continued existence of all of them is necessary in order to thrive and have more content. Now he's committed the forbidden sin. He's actually taken away a platform from someone. They can't make content on that platform anymore.
See, and he's like chalking this up to fucking 5D chess. It can't just simply be that it's rude, it's uncouth, it's kind of a no-no to do this to somebody, to unreasonably strike their channel for something that is just not illegal and hurt their income and ruin the entertaining show that they put on the internet just like everybody else because you're fucking ass mad. That can't just be the problem. For DSP, it's a 5D chess, ultra, drama, cyclical style experience, and that's why everybody's mad. It's because they've broken the unspoken rule of the top drama creators that have the ultimate benefit or whatever the fuck. It's always money driven for him. Always.
And even their enemies who don't like them are going to say, well, that's still wrong because, we all know how the game works and we need them at least to be able to make content to clap back at us so we can clap back at them, So now he's become the actual group focal point enemy of the entirety of the internet that likes drama.
There was truth.
Yes, but that's only because people that like drama typically agree with free speech and the way that it exists or kind of exists.
To what Jeremy spoke, and he had no hand in the casino's banning. The hate towards him was too great and melded with rhetoric from the enemies he's collected from the past 10 years. This is to say that even outside the Kino Casino, Jeremy had made so many enemies that ostensibly the collective attack on Jeremy was partly the result of years of pent-up frustration.
Literally, stuttering Craig on the screen, a guy that DSP has an extensive history with, and we couldn't even muster up any words to say about him, which is great riveting content from the guy. Even when he could provide something about an individual and provide insight, he doesn't. But when it's really inappropriate to do such, that's the first thing he wants to do.
Years.
I don't think anyone even understands what the term fair use means anymore. Just saying, oh, here's something I found that's interesting. Check this out and leave a comment. That's not fair use. You stole it. You have to actually edit it to the point where you're not representing the content as a replacement for it. And also, you're adding something significant to it. Okay, you're not just stealing someone's content and getting the view because of the said content's original form, and also you're adding something to transform it. Just saying, oh, here's something I found here. Check this out. That's
I'm not listening to lawyer side, Phil. I'm genuinely not.
no. Oh, here's something I found. It's all of the Avengers movies back to back. Check this out. You can't just do that.
YouTube Shorts.
All right, well, that is the show for today. I've got to do a bunch of low effort short slop that everyone's really mad about. I've got to do that, even though everyone does it. And, you know, instead of complaining about it, you could just do it yourself.
Jeremy.
He's right. Everyone does it. But the problem is now everyone hates you. So now you can't do it. I know what that's like because there's a million things I can't do either that I'd like to do that I should be able to do and I'm not allowed to because everyone hates me and they come after me for it if I do it. It's not fair, but that's what happens when the ire of the internet is on you.
Jeremy's main channel content.
Yeah, people don't watch your content and don't support your content when they don't like you. Yeah, God forbid, am I right, that people don't interact with people that they don't enjoy, they don't support content that they don't enjoy. They should just be forced against their will to support everything DSP does. That's the reality DSP wants to live in.
Was far underperforming.
That's what would be fair.
At this point, now we don't know when this video is from, right? They said this is an uncovered video. So again, like as I explained to you guys way back at the very beginning of this react.
Yeah, this is that Ren Fair that Mr. Hambly was banned from, by the way. The Wisconsin-Bristol Ren Fair.
The old days of YouTube were very different. You were catering to an audience that was insanely immature,
Lifelong
usually
ban.
much younger than you. You know, teenagers who want this kind of really, really irresponsible, really immature, really bad content. That's what they wanted. Okay? So the more over the top you were with your commentary, the more, you know, offensive that you were with the things that you said and did, you would get more views. You would literally get more attention on yourself. Way back in the day, used to do this kind of stuff. Over the years, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I refuse. So I think what's happened with him is he got out of the pattern of doing it. But then every once in a while,
he quit pattern
drinks
playing.
and he makes content, that side of him comes out again. Okay, it does. It comes out and
yeah, it's the gin monster talking DSP. Is that what we're gonna chalk this up to? We're gonna give him an out. We're gonna dampen his accountability, at least to some extent, by saying, oh, it's when he's drinking, you guys. It's you know, it comes out of him. He goes back to his old ways. Heaven forbid a grown man actually be held accountable for what he said and did.
It's ugly hand people like, haha, right? So they're back again. It's back again. This is that side of Jeremy where he just says these really inappropriate things about women keeps coming back.
Yeah, actually sweeping. You're not wrong, Redbird.
People are going to go back in time and find the things that he did and call them out. My things have been endlessly called out forever. This guy never really had his dirty laundry sifted through. Now the whole internet goes through his dirty laundry and finds all of these moments, you know,
including DSP. You know, the guy who was the most vehement non-drama content creator, one of the most bullied and harassed whipping boys of the internet. Here he is, aiding and abetting all of the other detractor and troll style criminals on the internet, tearing down another content creator. He's just as bad as the rest of us.
That's the problem. He always was the guy who was kind of protected from this level of harassment. I mean, yes, people made fun of him, but was he considered a full-blown lol cow? Probably not. Now he is. That's for sure, right? Now he's definitely considered one.
Yeah, and that's where we're going to leave it. That is the end of the DSP Jeremy React as far as I'm concerned. I never asked for it. I never wanted it. And I never even watched it live in its raw and complete form. And I hope none of you did either, because it was not worth your time. I hope you just enjoyed the clips. But with that, I think it's about time I do go actually meet my parents today, and we will actually go do some planting and whatnot. The hardware store hates to see me coming. I hope all of you enjoyed your time on the stream today. I seen somebody ask about Sunday night with ALT to do Act the King. That is not my job. I don't schedule that. I don't tell him when to do it. If you want that, you got to speak to the old man. And that's not me pressuring you to do that. I quite like my Sundays off. But if that's something you want to see, you're going to have to hound him, not me. Appreciate all of your time today. Big ups. Until I see you next week, please have a safe work week and stay blessed. Goodbye.